What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty. Join my Discord if you want to chat and share your thoughts, the link is in the description. 4 Street Chapter 69 Let the 5 elders with the name of Valkyrie come over. Chapter 69 Let the 5 elders with the name of Valkyrie come over. On the execution stand, looking at Garp and Zephyr who almost lost their lives. Kong clenched his fists. My heart is impatient. I can't wait to rush to the execution platform on the spot. Until the terrifying sword energy collapsed, Kong's heart can't find peace either. Damn it. The 5 elders guys, didn't you tell Laozi that such a powerful existence will appear? In the end, a nameless anger suddenly surged into my heart. If Garp and Zephyr die under that sword, not only will the morale of the entire marine plummet, it will even cause marines' deterrence in the whole world to drop to the extreme. Besides, he would also lose 2 best friends in one go. Think about it, the explosive keg deep inside Kong is like being ignited. Bang! Without the slightest hesitation, Kong immediately contacted the world government urgently. Looking for an explanation. This matter must not be fooled like this. At the same time, as the exclusive phone bugs of Kong and St. Figland rang. Inside the Hall of Rights, 5 elders frowned, doesn't seem to be connected. After all, after seeing everything played on the screen. They also guessed in their hearts that Figland, Garland and Kong. Why come to them at this time? In addition, they are in a very bad mood at this time. Don't talk about explaining anything, now they see the bald man in the picture. There will be inexplicable anger rising. What do the CP spy guys and those guys do? It's been so long, didn't you find out about that bald B********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** are full of anger and doubt. After all, that terrible blow has completely defeated their psychological defense. 4 monsters of New World, the 3 top combat forces in the Marine headquarters. Plus the monkey that comes with the bald man. There are also 9 top powerhouses from Beechburg. A full lineup of 17 top experts, only then can he withstand that guy's full blow. Such a powerful existence, it has surpassed the harm that Beechburg has caused to the world government of 06. To this end, whether that guy is from Beechburg or come from any corner of the world, they have to dig up everything about that guy too. The reason why others are not allowed to snore on the side of the couch. That's it, while the 5 elders are in trouble for only strong origins. GG King and only strong talk make their hearts flutter. 3000. When hearing this number, 5 elders' brains suddenly shut down. Until a long time passed, 5 elders just recovered from the shock. Are those 2 guys really not kidding? Those 2 guys really lived 3000 years ago? Is it possible that the continents 3000 years ago were really closely connected? The bald man really split the mainland into countless islands 3000 years ago? Series of questions jump around in the minds of the 5 elders. But the answer given deep in my heart, still no. Only, this negation, not nearly as intense as it first seemed. It is clear, there has been a serious earthquake in the hearts of the 5 elders. It's just that it hasn't reached the point of collapse yet. Silence. Silence like dead silence. At this moment, the 5 elders dare not take a breath. Only Chang in the picture staring fixedly, just to get an accurate answer. At the same time, on the battlefield of Marineford. The guy said 3000 years ago? Did I hear it wrong? Garp blinked. It seems that I suspect that I am hallucinating. Zephyr heard that, weird glance Garp, then he set his sights on Sengoku. Seems to be asking, are the 2 of them hallucinating? Sengoku shook his head lightly, with a very positive attitude, he replied. I also just heard what the monkey said, it looks like we're not hallucinating. As soon as this remark came out, everyone present couldn't help but tremble. But before they start wondering, Burndy World takes a step forward. And said everything he had heard before, the continents were still closely connected 3000 years ago? There was a century war 3000 years ago? That bald head split a whole continent into countless islands? Hey, Burndy World. Advertisement. Don't talk nonsense. UB asterisk 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 D. Garp. UB asterisk 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 D. Believe it or not, as the debate intensified. Standing in the distance, only forced to take a step forward with a blank face. The indifferent tone is mixed with a little questioning. Your Excellency inquires into these matters, do you want to step into that forest? The moment the voice landed, a terrifying breath exploded from his body in an instant. In an instant, strong wind blows, you looked at the people present like a king. However this time, but no one responded, there is no desire to continue fighting Zhejiang. It's just a slash of sword energy, it takes 17 superpowers to stop it. Such a powerful existence, it's no longer what they can compete with. Even proud Whitebeard, it is also silent at this moment. It seems that he has recognized the fact that he is stronger than him. See no response, he only glanced coldly at the crowd present. With a cold snort, if you don't even have the strength to let me take out a chainsaw. Don't try to step into that forest, words fall. Only then did everyone belatedly discover the strange weapon that only Chang was carrying on his back. Chainsaw? What it is? I don't know, it seems to be a very powerful weapon. Idiot, what do you need to say? Looking at the suspicious faces of the crowd. Huang Deer couldn't help laughing. What a bunch of bumpkins who have never seen the world. But I advise you not to think about that chainsaw. Brother Chang picked up the chainsaw, that's not as simple as seeing blood. It's the island of destruction. As soon as this remark came out, everyone present couldn't help but thump in their hearts. The slightest chill ran down the toes and went straight to the tinling guy. Destroy the island? Although this kind of thing. Shout out to everyone present, even many strong people present can do it. But after hearing the strong legend from Burndy World, they don't think that the island Huang Deer mentioned. It's that kind of island, certainly, Huang Deer said. It's not that kind of island, it is a continent made up of countless islands. Seeing everyone fell into silence, Huang Deer couldn't help but sneered. Look at your cowardice, you don't really think that with your strength alone. Can you let Brother Chang pull out the chainsaw? Facing Huang Deer's ridicule, although the people present were very annoyed. But dare not, once the bald monster got angry with one more axe. They can't stand it, seeing Huang Deer urging him to praise himself so much. Only strong but not the slightest strange emotion. Still with a straight face, the tone is indifferent. In today's world, who is qualified to let me pull out the chainsaw? Except for the two old friends in that forest, only the Lord in the deep forest. Words fall, the people present were not calm for a moment. Although they don't know what the forest refers to. But there are actually two powerful beings in that forest? In addition, who is that adult in the deep forest? Is it the same person as the Lord in the legend of Bikini Bottom? A series of questions jump repeatedly in everyone's minds. No matter how you think about it, can't get a definite answer either. It seems that everyone has no desire to fight at all. I'm just strong and don't want to waste time here. Instead, I found a quiet place to sit cross-legged. Seems to be waiting for Al's call. After all, the task Al gave him has been completed. That is to beat all the guys on the battlefield until they lose their fighting spirit. See only strong ignore them. Sengoku et al. Can only set their sights on Wangdal. After all these things, it's beyond the scope of Marine's control. At the same time, it is beyond the scope of the world government's investigation. If you can know the mystery of it or learn about Bikini Bottom and the forest to the world, the attitudes of the major forces. For Marine, or as far as the world government is concerned. It's all about the benefits, and those pirates also want to know what happened 3,000 years ago. Such a powerful existence was born, but what fascinated them most? That is why the bald monster in front of me, the secret that can survive for more than 3,000 years without dying. Looking at the fiery eyes of everyone present, Huang Deer sneered and said, "You think you're looking at me like that, I'll tell you." Say hef, advertisement Huang Deer was suddenly speechless. Standing in place like a stone statue, seeing that Huang Deer didn't speak anymore. In addition to everyone present, at this time, people all over the world are anxious. What is that guy doing? Why don't you continue talking? A legend from 3,000 years ago, this is so exciting. Say it, why don't you say it, this damn yellow square? Don't talk about mobilizing our interest, at the same time? In the Hall of Powers, 5 elders held their breath. Staring fixedly at the motionless Huang Deer, at the moment they can't wait to rush directly into the battlefield. Chop Huang Deer into a meat paste, damn it, why don't you go on? What happened 3,000 years ago? Where's that forest? Who is that lord? While the 5 elders were anxious, Huang Deer suddenly frowned, his face was full of doubts. Long Huang Deer then slowly opened his mouth and said, "Do you want to know the mysteries of that forest?" Regarding Huang Deer's mentally handicapped question. The people of the whole world, at this moment, I can't wait to dig his brain out. Check out what's inside, this mentally handicapped problem. It's an insult to their intelligence, seeing the anger on everyone's face. The corner of Huang Deer's mouth drew a curve, sneered. Want to know all about that forest? Let the supreme authority of the world government come over. As soon as this remark came out, it's like a bomb exploded in the whole world. Let the highest power of the world government go to Marineford? What are those guys planning to do? Could it be that he wants to kill the supreme authority of the world government? Crazy? Is this crazy? Idiot, do you think that with the strength of that bald monster? Is it necessary to do such a frivolous thing? 633. As the debate continues to ferment, inside the Hall of Power. 5 elders look livid. If you say you don't want to know about what happened 3,000 years ago, that must be fake, as the highest right of world government. With just one word from the enemy, just run over in a hurry. This is simply the face of the world government, rub it on the ground. Just when 5 elders was about to speak out to reprimand Huang Dal, a voice without any emotion suddenly sounded, "Explore the truth," although only 4 short words, but enough for 5 elders to find no reason not to go. Because the person who said, "It is their king," without the slightest hesitation. Almost at the same time as the voice sounded, the 5 elders said in unison, "Obey my lord." With Im's instigation, 5 elders dare not slack off. Hurry up in the direction of Marineford, just when everyone is paying attention. When placed on Huang Deer's body, Whitebeard looked at Ace on the scaffold. His eyes are filled with endless fighting spirit. Especially after Huang Deer said that sentence, the fighting spirit in Whitebeard's heart became even stronger. If the 5 elders do make it to Marineford, he wants to save Ace again. That is undoubtedly a new height, plus now Bikini Bottom. And that bald monster has no intention of continuing to fight them. And that makes the last of Whitebeard's worries go away too. Gu la la la. Are you still going to continue this war? Following the Ruffian Beard's voice, Whitebeard couldn't help but startled. His eyes were fixed on the Ruffian Beard standing in front of him. Seeing that Ruffian Beard doesn't intend to start a war, Whitebeard also stopped meddling. With Kong Yunki in hand, he went straight to the execution platform and rushed to kill him. That damn B***************. Seeing this, Sengoku was out of breath. Immediately turned into a Buddha form and stood in front of Whitebeard. But what does Whitebeard care about at this time? Holding Kong Yunki and roaring loudly, "Little ones, cheer up Laozi. This battle is not over, Laozi must save Ace." As Whitebeard's words sounded, the leaders of the major forces couldn't help but frowned. One after another, they looked like those who were sitting cross-legged on the side. Seems to be strong no then reaction, the red-haired brow furrowed even deeper. Why did these guys appear on this battlefield? Is it just to show us how powerful they are? Chapter 70 Chaotic Battlefield, Creating a Cat and Mouse World. Chapter 70 The Chaotic Battlefield, Creating a Cat and Mouse World. The war has not stopped, on the contrary, because of the exit of Bikibao and Jijang and others. Intensify. In order to save Ace, the Whitebeard pirates. It's hard to beat Marine Beasts pirates in order to vent their anger and repressed heart. It can be said to hit anyone on sight, regardless of whether you are the BIGMOM pirates. Still red hair pirates or a prisoner who escaped from impelled down. As long as the enemy appears within 10 meters of their line of sight. That would be their goal. BIGMOM pirates will naturally not be used to Beasts pirates. As long as the crew of the Beasts pirates basically see one and kill one. While the red hair pirates want nothing more than to stop the clash between the Whitebeard pirates and Marine. But thanks to the Beasts pirates, with BIGMOM pirates. It's so annoying. In desperation, I joined this epic melee. Prisoners from Impelled Down, seems like Bikini Bot and that bald monster are not going to make a move. I am also very happy to participate in this fight. Naval Headquarters 3 Admiral, after a brief coma, he also woke up. Although they don't know why the battlefield turned into such a ghost. But as Marines Admiral, they also joined the chaos in a daze. Even the Golden Lion is tickled, after a moment of hesitation. Also lead a group of men to rush into the battlefield. For a while, the entire battlefield can be described as very chaotic. The battle between the captain and the cadres. The battle between the cadres and the 3 generals. The battle between the 3 disasters and the captain. The battle between the captain, the cadres, the 3 disasters, the 3 generals and the prisoners of Impelled Down. The battle of Shichibukai with Abound, even this guy Blackbeard. When aware of the way out, joined this epic chaos. But without tossing a few times, he was besieged by the Whitebeard pirates. If Sengoku and other Marines and Whitebeard were not entangled. I'm afraid it won't be long. You can see Blackbeard on his knees begging for his life. Sengoku, Zephyr, you 2 bastards, get the hell out of here. The moment Whitebeard saw Blackbeard, instantly burst into flames. Can't wait to split it in half, but Zephyr and Sengoku stand in front of Whitebeard. Whitebeard, stop dreaming. That guy Ace shouldn't have been born in this world. You can't save him. What is the situation? In the lounge of Marine Headquarters. Looking out the window at the battlefield that has become even more chaotic. Members of the Knights of the Gods, including Saint Figland Galen. They all froze in place, seems like something is unclear. Those guys. It wasn't before. Are they all in the hands of that bald monster? How come in just a few minutes, it has evolved into the ghost it is now? The Mirror Knight couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth. It seems that I regret that I didn't make a move earlier. But earlier on the battlefield, occupied again by Bikini Bottom and that bald monster. Even if you want to make a move, that was also beaten in the past. My Lord Commander, shall we make a move? Although Mirror Knight really doesn't want to ask this question. But helpless without the commander's order, they can't move. Facing the Mirror Knight's inquiry, after a little hesitation, Saint Figland still chose to refuse. After all, their main target is Bikini Bottom. Not those stinky pirates, but Beach Castle is now guarded by a very powerful monster. Even if you want to trouble Bikini Bottom now, then you have to think about it. Can you beat that bald monster? After thinking for a moment. Saint Figland doesn't seem to be about to give up. He said in a low voice, let's follow the previous plan tilde. Let Seraphim first cause conflicts between the 2 parties. Wait for those pirates and Marine to fight Bikini Bottom. Let's make another move. Before Saint Figland had finished speaking. The Mirror Knight condemned slightly angrily, my Lord Commander. Advertisement, do you think this method is feasible? Don't forget that bald monster, as long as he exists on this battlefield. Then we have absolutely no chance, hunting beach bottom chowder. Words fall, Saint Figland was obviously a little irritated. But he did not directly rebuke the Mirror Knight. Mirror Knight is just telling the truth after all. Even if you want to reprimand, that's no good excuse either. After thinking for a moment, Saint Figland snorted coldly. Said bluntly, major accident on mission, let's wait until the 5 elders come over. As the battlefield became more and more chaotic, the 5 elders who are always watching the situation on the battlefield. At this moment, everyone's face is ashen. It seems very reluctant to join this chaotic war. Damn Whitebeard, after dealing with these things. I must let him die without a place to bury him. Shepherd 10 Peter Saint Sullen, with hatred for Whitebeard in my heart. It can be said to have reached the full value, after all, if Whitebeard hadn't done it. That war, it must be terminated because of the blow of that bald monster. But Helpless, now those guys are free from the constraints of Bikini Bottom. The next battlefield, it's only going to get worse. At the same time, on the sea less than 10 miles from Marineford. I can't help but frown with a smile, seems to be thinking. Those monsters from the New World and Impel down. Why are you fighting with Marine again? It stands to reason. Shouldn't those guys be dealing with that powerful existence? I really can't understand the trend of this war more and more. And from Marineford, on a small boat a little far away. Looking at the picture played on the small curtain. Rayleigh, who was still thinking about whether to return. Suddenly the corner of his mouth twitched, shaking his head helplessly. Laughed. As expected of that Whitebeard guy. I don't know how long I will toss my old bones. As the war continued to escalate, looking at the messy scene. People all over the world couldn't help but thump in their hearts. Both Bikini Bottom and the bald monster have stopped. Why isn't this war over yet? Idiot, who told you this war was against the Beechburg guys? Is not it, from the beginning of the war to the present? Aren't all the forces besieging Beechburg? Since when did you come here? Not long after I arrived. Then why don't you blare for half a day? Go away. At the same time, Mysterious Realm, after contacting Huang Deer. Al Dang even opened the system page. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. Creating the character, Go Ling, only strong, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the legend of Go Shang Ridge has been recognized by the people of the world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The character created, Go Ling, King Gigi, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Looking at the legend of Go Ling that is gradually spreading across the screen. Al breathed a sigh of relief, previously, because of focusing on creating the new world. As a result, Al did not fully explain to Zhejiang. If there is no evacuation, check out the habit of obtaining mystery points. God knows how many mystery points Al will lose over this. After all, the legend of Go Ling has not yet unfolded. So many people think that, only Chang and King Gigi are forces from Bikini Bottom. This also results in, even if all forces are forced to lie down. Still can't get the slightest mystery points. Fortunately, it was discovered in time. Otherwise I'll be at a loss. Talking, Al casually picked up from the round table next to the lounge chair. Pick up a bunch of grapes after tasting a few shocks. Al thought of another question. I was in a hurry. In order to make the legend of Go Ling known to the public. So Al directly asked Huang Deer, speaking out in front of the world to find 5 elders. But what about after the 5 elders are found? Al didn't think of a definite solution to this either. Never mind, advertisement, at worst. Try 5 elders. Forget about my newly created material character. After all, the 5 elders are the supreme powers of the world government. If it can make the 5 elders feel tricky, and even beat up those 5 old guys with the title of Valkyrie. The legend of the new world and new characters, the chances of being recognized will also increase accordingly. Think of this, after Al tasted some other fruits. Then subconsciously opened the system mall. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points 2,897,410. Close black lens bracket. Roughly glanced at the mysterious points currently owned. Al then opened the creation page. Open black lens bracket cat and mouse. An ordinary house where cats and mice live, close black lens bracket. World template. Tom and Jerry. Open black lens bracket start modifying, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 2,200 years ago, because of the Great War. Close black lens bracket, the originally closely connected continent split into countless islands, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because of this, each island has its own unique charm. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and on an island that has never been set foot on, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket a group of sick mad scientists in life. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket this group of lunatics. Scientists, in order not to repeat the disaster 800 years ago, close black lens bracket. Open black lens brackets I have never stepped out of this humble island, close black lens bracket. However, as the population continues to increase. Open black lens bracket this group of mad scientists in order not to conflict with other islands, close black lens bracket. Open black lens brackets I lock my eyes on the sky, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket in order to be able to live above the sky, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket this group of mad scientists started working around the clock, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the end, the emperor pays off the painstaking efforts, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket with the efforts of mad scientists. Close black lens bracket, finally successfully logged into the 10,000-meter high Sky Island. Open black lens bracket however, after boarding Sky Island, I found that this area is not suitable for human habitation, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but in front of this group of mad scientists, these are not difficult, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after decades of construction, Sky Island has become their home, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket for a better life. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket This group of lunatic scientists used cloning technology to reproduce countless animals. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Due to the flood and abuse of cloning technology. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Lest to the emergence of human clones. Close black lens bracket. And those clones of mad scientists are not to be obliterated and destroyed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Started an unprecedented technological war with those crazy scientists. Close black lens bracket. Although it ended with the victory of the mad scientist. But it also caused them to lose their homes and start a life of displacement. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket But some paranoid scientists have a bold idea. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket That is to go to a higher place and rebuild your homeland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Hold this belief and idea. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket The mad scientists finally made it to the moon. Close black lens bracket. But after landing on the moon, I discovered that the environment here is even worse. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket After hundreds of years of infrastructure construction, the space station suitable for human life has been successfully completed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket But there is only one person left in this group of lunatic scientists. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket In order not to be lonely anymore. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket The only surviving lunatic scientist has unlocked the cloning technology that has been frozen for a long time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Since then, a war about cat and mouse has started. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing world template. Logical conformity, harmonious conformity. World template fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has a material role to use. After creating the cat and mouse world, Al didn't choose to continue in the first place. Okay. Instead, take a break first, in order to perfectly create the prototype Tom. He's in a cat and mouse world, an unprecedented magical transformation has been carried out. Its main source of inspiration is that same Tom and Jerry space station episode. Because Tom's characteristics are too buggy, it can be said that apart from not being able to catch Jerry, there's nothing Tom can't do. If there is, then Tom only needs to watch it once. You can fully grasp it, and it is precisely because of this feature caused Al to try a lot of this. It is also impossible to create a world where the original Tom can be created. Fortunately, technology is enough to change everything. Indecision, quantum mechanics, now it should be possible to create Tom directly, right? Al thought so in his heart. The hands never stopped. Material role. Tomcat. Open black lens bracket Modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Modification failed, please try again later. As the system's cold sentence sounded, Al can't help feeling a little dizzy. This view of time has already been created, why not make Tom? Is quantum mechanics still unable to do such a heaven-defying move? Thought for a moment, Al decided to use Tom's character material first. Test the waters now. Anyway, the mysterious points are enough now. Don't worry about not being able to create the original bug Tom. After thinking about it in my mind, Al suddenly had a good idea. Material role. Tomcat. Open black lens bracket Modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Chapter 71 5 Elders visit Marine headquarters. Al appears. Chapter 71 5 Elders visit Marine headquarters. Al appears. Material role. Tomcat. Open black lens bracket Modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Crazy scientist to relieve loneliness. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket Open the forbidden cloning technology. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket After learning the cloning technology. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket Mad scientist doesn't intend to use himself as an experimental sample. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket In order to find experimental samples. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket Mad scientist has set his sights on a distant homeland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket After months of research. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket The mad scientist finally made a teleportation device. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Using the device, the lunatic scientist came to Beechburg before the war started. Close black lens bracket. And in Beechburg, I met a very talented scientist. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket For experimental samples. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket Mad scientist makes a deal with bikini bottom scientist. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Crazy scientist with the technology of cloning items. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Acquired DNA samples from countless organisms. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket After getting the experimental samples, the mad scientist returned to the space station on the moon. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket To prevent the last home from being destroyed. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket After the madman scientist returns to the lunar space station. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket The teleportation device was destroyed. Close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket After everything is done. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Madman scientists devote themselves to the development and cultivation of clones. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It's just that ordinary creatures can't live in the space station, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Cause mad scientists fail all the time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order to study creatures that can live in the space station, close black lens bracket. Crazy scientist integrates DNNs of different creatures. Open black lens bracket. After countless failures and attempts, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Scientists have finally successfully cloned a creature that can live in space, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and name it Tonks. Close black lens bracket. Tonks has possessed a super physique that is different from ordinary people since he was born. Open black lens bracket. At the same time under the influence of mad scientists, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks is also very good in the field of science, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket can live a boring life day after day. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It made Tonks gradually impatient, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On a chance, close black lens bracket. Tonks accidentally obtained the design concept and some blueprints of the teleportation device that the lunatic scientist did not destroy, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It is also because of this opportunity, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks knows the existence of the outside world, close black lens bracket, and secretly developed a teleportation device behind the back of a mad scientist, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Plan to go to the outside world to investigate, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After manufacturing the teleportation device, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks came to Beechburg, which is in war with a nervous mood, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But Tonks just stepped into Bikini Bottom, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The residents of Beechburg regarded him as an accomplice of scientists, close black lens bracket, and launched a fierce attack on it, close black lens bracket. Tonks, who has never experienced these things, knows the dangers of the outside world for the first time, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Facing the raid, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks was forced to flee the area where the teleportation device was located, close black lens bracket. This also caused Tonks to never be able to return to the space station on the moon. Open black lens bracket. Holding the belief of going home, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks constantly tempers himself while wandering on the battlefield, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Because of this, Tonks has gradually gained a lot of fame on the battlefield, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But the residents of Beechburg, close black lens bracket, still unable to accept Tonks joining the Beechburg Guard. Open black lens bracket. After being rejected many times, close black lens bracket, Tonks adopted and rescued some members of the Beechburg Guard who were dying on the battlefield. Open black lens bracket. And with those Beechburg Guard members, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Seize the previous territory of the Ruffian beard and become the overlord of one party, close black lens bracket. As Tonks' power continues to grow, open black lens bracket. Scientists and Beechburg Guards are very afraid of Tonks, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order to prevent the appearance of the second Ruffian, close black lens bracket, scientists set a trap and caused Tonks to cut off an arm, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It is also because of this severed arm, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks' anger and hatred are completely ignited, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. For revenge, Tonks lasts longer, close black lens bracket, finally agreed to the invitation of the Beechburg Guards and became an ally. Open black lens bracket. After the Bikini Bottom War, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks is in the Scientists' Research Institute, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Using its equipment to recreate a teleportation device, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After bidding farewell to the Beechburg Guards and their men, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tonks returns to the space station on the moon, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And because of this, close black lens bracket, the world of cat and mouse is also known to the residents of Beechburg. Open black lens bracket. Since the legend of the four emperors Tonks from the outside world, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It also unfolds in Bikini Bottom, close black lens bracket, analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit, material character fusion in progress. 11. Finally created. Al let out a long sigh. It can be said that he created the hardest material character ever. After all, the worldview of cat and mouse. Being created by Al is a little too far-fetched, but it doesn't matter anymore. As soon as the character of Tonks is created, there is, an 80% chance of being able to create the original Tom. Relying on the capability extractor, extract all the abilities of the original Tom. The law of life. I'm looking forward to it more and more. Words fall. Al skillfully opened the information prompt for the acquisition of mysterious points. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. Creating the character, Go Ling, only strong, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the legend of Go Ridge has been recognized by the people of the world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The character created, Go Ling, King Gigi, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement glance roughly, seeing that the acquisition of mysterious points is fairly stable. Al immediately opened the system mall to check the balance. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points 3,214,560, close black lens bracket. Is it more than 3.2 million? Looking at the current balance, Al is hesitating between lucky draw and direct purchase. After thinking for a long time, Al did not choose to go to the lottery this time. Because he wants to get the specified character material quickly. Open black lens bracket world material X1. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket 2,500,000 mysterious points required. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket character material X3. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket 2,500,000 mysterious points required. Close black lens bracket. Designated material character X3, 5 million mysterious points required. Open black lens bracket. Looking at the dazzling array of props, Al thought for a long time. Will eventually target, put it on the character material X3 with a price of 2,500,000 mystery points. You know he has a material converter, only 3 material characters are needed. It can be converted into a specified material character. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for getting the designated material character X3, close black lens bracket. As the barrage pops up, Al glanced at the material characters he got. Beechburg world character material, Sandy, open black lens bracket Gushongling world character material, Bear 2, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Gushongling world character material, Bald Head Strong. After seeing these 3 character materials, Al was hesitant. Chest Yamato Kuma 2 he has never won, if their legends are created. That also means, Al has 2 more toolmen to earn mysterious points. But if these 2 roles are created, then he can't directly create Tom now. Hesitate again and again, Al gritted his teeth, directly combine these 3 material roles. Throw it all in the material converter. Mystery points can be earned again when they're gone. Shang and Shang Da can be obtained again, but don't create Tom now. There is no peace in his heart, after all he is for Tom. A lot of time and effort has been spent. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for getting the material role, Tom, close black lens bracket. Without the slightest hesitation, Al immediately opened the creation page. Material role, Tom Cat. Open black lens bracket modification in progress, close black lens bracket. A short but arduous road to creation, not long after the beginning. It was forced to terminate in the system cold prompt. Modification failed, please try again later. Hey, why is it still not working? Al couldn't help being a little annoyed. I can't figure out what is the problem after thinking back and forth. It's hard to use Tonks as a sample, isn't that enough to create Tomcat? A question of strength? Still, about this question. Al fell into a long period of contemplation, but have not been able to find a solution to the problem. Just when Al was about to give up creating Tomcat. In a trance, a strong figure can't help appearing in my mind. To know, although it is a material character created by Al. But it does have memories from 3,000 years ago to the present. Plus Al gives only strong settings, it's not just the ceiling of Wu value. Also Grandmaster all sorts of weird stuff, maybe there is a solution to just being stronger. Think of this, Al is no longer vague, immediately locked the area where Zhejiang is located. And opened the portal of the mysterious domain. He also wore a black robe. With the portal slowly opening, at the same time. In the lounge of Marine Headquarters, my Lord Commander. We got the message, 5 elders are coming to Marineford. The Mirror Knight came to St. Figeland, in a slightly puzzled tone. Mixed with a little tangle, do we need to come out and meet those 5 old guys? Or continue to lurk here, facing the Mirror Knight's inquiry? After a moment of hesitation, Figeland Garland, he responded with a cold tone. When they come, advertisement, what does it have to do with us? Don't forget what is the purpose of our visit this time? See Figeland Street said so, the Mirror Knight doesn't bother anymore. Anyway, if something goes wrong then it has nothing to do with her. Just between 2 people talking on the sea not far from Marineford. Looking at the roaring Marineford in the distance. 5 elders' complexion became more and more gloomy. Damn it. I dignify the supreme right of world government. Do you still have to come and stop this war yourself? Topman Wochu Lisheng snorted coldly, words are full of dissatisfaction. Marcus Mashung on the side heard the words, with a cold tone. It's about time enough is enough, we're not here for this war. Not for those damned pirates, words fall, Topman Wochu Lisheng sneered. Don't fool yourself, Marcus Mars Saint, we have all come to this battlefield in person. If we don't make a move, what do you think those guys think of us? And, if this war is not ended, you feel like asking about something 3,000 years ago on the battlefield. Does it fit? Is one sentence appropriate? Directly let Marcus Moss Street? And the other 4 or 5 elders were speechless, as Topman Wobali said. If this war is not stopped first, not at all suitable for asking about 3,000 years ago. Because this is a live broadcast from all over the world. As the supreme power of the world government, their words and deeds. It will have a big impact on the world, just like a state leader attending an important occasion. If you mess around, the impact of it's not easy to fool around. As the boat slowly approaches Marineford, Brother Zhang on the edge of the battlefield. After spotting the world government ship, letting go of the birdcage by a huge gap. And it is this behavior, as a result, many strong players took the opportunity to enter the Marineford battlefield. Such as Rayleigh, a smile, and so on, 5 elders see. Although very dissatisfied with Beechburg's behavior. But there's nothing they can do about it. You can only log into the Marineford battlefield with a livid face. On the execution stand, looking at the large number of figures slowly driving in the distance. Kong's complexion also darkened a lot. Crazy, really crazy. This group of guys actually ran to the battlefield because of those few words. As the highest authority in the world government. Is this plausible? Almost as soon as the 5 elders logged into Marineford. All major forces stopped fighting at the same time. All eyes are fixed on 5 elders in an instant. Hey, are you kidding me? The group of guys really came. Now things are getting more and more interesting. Gu la la la. 5 elders, I didn't expect you bastards would dare to come here. So what if you don't come? Don't try to stop Laozi. All of a sudden, there was a lot of discussion. After seeing the 5 elders, everyone in Bikini Bottom just glanced at it from afar. There will be no follow-up. Seems to have no interest in the fact that the 5 elders are in Marineford. Let's go. Let's stop this war first, Topman Wobali san sullenly. Staring coldly at Whitebeard in the distance, Shen Sheng said. Whitebeard, enough is enough. That guy Ace shouldn't exist in this world. If you still intend to, don't wait for Topman Wobalasan to finish. Several horrified screams suddenly sounded. Quick. Look at the sky, then. What is that? Falling with the voice. A gap of tens of meters suddenly opened in the sky. Next second, the shadow that made 5 elders tremble. Slowly walk out of the void crack. Everyone in Bikibao and Jijang and others saw this. Let's pay homage. Meet my lord, Chapter 72 Red-haired Tonks. I hope you will show me some face. Chapter 72 Red-haired Tonks. I hope you will show me some face. Meet my lord, the short 4-character voice fell. Everyone present couldn't help but tremble. What, that guy is the legendary adult? Is that a lie? Isn't that guy the mysterious black-robed man who appeared in the capital of water? So that guy is the legendary adult? Etc. Did you find Tilda a problem? The lord in the Bikini Bottom legend, it's actually the king in the depths of the forest? If that's what you say, so, that mysterious man in black. Also humans who lived 3,000 years ago, as the debate and discussion gradually spread to the whole world. Almost at the same time, the whole world is in chaos. For the legendary, that lord, of Bikini Bottom in the impression of the world. That is like a god-like existence, that rascal. Momosagi frowned slightly. The scene that happened in the capital of water can't help appearing in my mind. Remember that dreadful conqueror's hockey? Momosagi can't help but get chills down the spine. That rascal. Definitely keep it. The T-Dolphin standing not far from Momosagi. Dignified face, the horrified tone is full of doubts and incomprehensions. Compared with the aura emanating from the invisible conqueror's hockey of the Water City Day, it's like seeing a little witch. If this is really the master, I'm afraid there will be an aura casually. Even Marine Admiral had to pass out. Think of this. The T-Dolphin can't help but feel a little scared. At the same time, I secretly rejoiced. At the beginning of the water, I didn't anger that adult. Certainly, it is not difficult to rule out that it's that grown-up who doesn't want to argue with these little people. Think of the last participants of Water City events such as T-Dolphin and Momosagi. Now I can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. At the same time, I was still cursing Luffy, that idiot, in my heart. And the 5 elders are sullen at the moment, not a word. I don't even know what to think, although they had guessed. The mysterious man in black in the capital of water. It is very likely that it is that lord in the legend of Beechburg. But now that everything is confirmed, it became the scene they least wanted to see. Especially thinking of Stussy's traitor, 5 elders couldn't help taking a breath. If Stussy hadn't died, it is estimated that the adult. You should know a lot of mysteries about world government by now. Damn it, there's something big going on now. Topman Wochu Lisheng is terrified. If the mysterious black-robed man wants to attack them, even the 5 of them, in addition, all the powerhouses present could not stop it. And their death, it will also have unimaginable harm to the world. It is even possible, it will lead to unprecedented riots in the whole world. Is the purpose of that guy calling us here? Are you planning to catch us all? It's not hard to rule out that possibility, but have you overlooked a fatal problem? If that guy is really as powerful as rumored, you think beings like him want to kill us? Do you still need to waste so much time? As soon as this remark came out, the 5 elders suddenly fell silent, as Shepherd X Peter Saint said. If that mysterious man in black robe, if you really want to shoot them, I'm afraid it won't take a few seconds, you can easily kill them all. Even if that mysterious man in black robe doesn't make a move. With only that bald monster named Jijang, it is enough to wipe out all the guys on the entire Marineford battlefield. Even if that bald monster kills Marijoy, I'm afraid except for the one on the Void Throne. No one can stand against it. Think of the last 5 elders couldn't help showing a look of unwillingness. They are the supreme authority of the world government. But now in front of these monsters, like ants, still slaughtered. Looking at the momentarily silent battlefield, Al directly chooses to ignore. After all, he didn't come this time to collect mysterious points. Even if you really want to earn mysterious points, then he will not come to the battlefield in person. Directly put the newly created material characters into the battlefield. Add a few strokes of oil and vinegar, that's much faster than him appearing in person. Kyongza, you all come with me. Al's voice is not loud, but it is exceptionally clear on this silent battlefield. As Al's voice fell, just waiting for others without the slightest hesitation. Jumping up to Al's side, my lord, what's the matter? He only asked in a very respectful tone. Advertisement. Huang Deer at the side saw this. Bending slightly, he asked softly. Grown-ups, are you planning to end this boring war? Talking, Huang Deer glanced at the crowd present unkindly. As if whenever Al spoke, he will rush to the battlefield without hesitation. Kill everyone present. As Huang Deer's voice fell, all the powerhouses present could not help but take a breath, staring at Huang Deer with the appearance of a great enemy. However, in the face of Huang Deer's questioning, Al shook his head. At the same time, he said, you stay here with Gigi. The rest follow me back to the mysterious realm. Wen Yan, Huang Deer put away his hostile gaze, after saluting respectfully. Then followed Gigi back to the previous place, the reason why Wang Dal and Gigi are left behind. Mainly for the legend of Go Shangling. If this takes everyone away, then no one will promote the legend of Go Shangling. As for the people outside, Huang Deer and Gigi, after receiving orders from Al, stepped into the void crack without looking back. Just when Al was about to leave the Marineford battlefield, as the supreme power of the world government, 5 elders asked suddenly, hey, what on earth are you guys planning to do? Could it be just to show off your power? To 5 elders question. Al didn't give a good face either. The tone is still extremely cold. Relax, I don't have time to trouble you. Words fall. Al stepped into the void crack without looking back. Disappear in front of everyone, as void fissures continue to heal. The whole world fell into silence once again, until Al's breath is gone. All the people present couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. But the 5 elders were pale at this time, this feeling of being ignored. They haven't experienced it in hundreds of years. Damn. Shepherd 10 Peter Street frowned. The angry tone is full of strong dissatisfaction. Enough is enough, Shepherd 10 Peter Street. It's a good thing for us that those monsters are gone. Good thing? Shepherd 10 Peter Saint snorted coldly. If this is a good thing, is there still bad things in the whole world? After Al took Ji Jiang and others away, the entire battlefield fell into chaos again, even if the 5 elders were there in person. Can't stop the madness of those monsters, even because Al will only be strong after most of the strong ones are taken away. The Knights of God, who hadn't planned to make a move at first. Right now, too. My Lord Commander, now is the best time for us to make a move. Mirror Knight danced excitedly. If only strong in this battlefield, then they might have to wait until after the war. Don't even dare to make a move. After all, only strong deterrence is too strong. But now, because of the appearance of that adult, as a result, there is only one Huang Dale left in Bikibao's power. If you don't do this, the Mirror Knight is probably going to be irritable. As the Mirror Knight's voice fell, San Figaland didn't hesitate any longer. Immediately ordered. Everyone is ready, do it now. Kill Bikini Bottoms. Almost at the same time as the voice sounded, the Mirror Knight jumped up and down the window excitedly. Go straight to Huang Deer's position and charge away. The other members of the Knights of God saw this. Follow in the footsteps of the Mirror Knight, watching the sudden appearance of the Knights of God. 5 elders can't help but have blue veins on his forehead. Holy Figaland, you guys don't think things are messy enough? Facing the questioning of the 5 elders, Saint Figaland directly chooses to ignore. In his eyes, only orders, before the command completes. Even the 5 elders, you can't interfere directly. Seeing that the Knights of God have no intention of stopping, 5 elders are completely angry, at this juncture, if you don't stop the war. Instead, he shot at the people of Beechburg. Isn't it obvious that you want to make things big? Looking at the Knights of God rushing towards him, Huang Deer couldn't help sneering. King Gigi, leave these guys to me. Otherwise wait here, I'm going to be bored to death. Wen Yan, Gigi is too lazy to talk to Huang Dal. Opponents like this trash, he didn't bother to make a move. 0. Seeking flowers. Advertisement at the same time. In the realm of mystery, Al will only force himself into the room. As for the people of Beechburg, is what to do, just leave him alone. After discussing with Ji Jiang for a while, Al seems to have figured out what the problem is. That's Tonks Sri Lanka's current strength, not supporting Tom's creation yet. If you want to successfully create Tom, more creations are needed. For example, to clone based on Tonks, in this case. You can get a more powerful existence, and this greater and more powerful being. Then clone, modify, after breaking through the limit of living things. There is a greater probability of creating Tom, although I know what the problem is. 18:00. Insufficient balance. After discussing with Ji Jiang again for a while, Al opened the system again and contacted Tonks. Let him rush to Marineford to earn mystery points. And, in order to improve efficiency, Al also prepared a lot of sarcasm for Tonks. After receiving orders from Al, Tonks didn't hesitate. Directly opened the transmission device that has been dusty for many years. Just as Tonks stepped into the legendary device, on the battlefield of Marineford, facing the siege of several members of the Knights of God, Huang Deer couldn't help feeling a little headache. He cursed and said, "You guys are more bullying than others, right?" Although Huang Deer was cursing, but my heart is full of joy. Since the end of the war, he's never had such an exciting fight. Seems like seeing Huang Deer anxiously, St. Figland and other members of the Knights of the Gods attack. It is also getting more and more violent, looking at Huang Deer who is gradually losing the wind. 5 elders couldn't help but have a strange thought at this moment. As long as you can get a tube of Huang Deer's blood, they can rely on Vegapunk to study the composition of their blood. In this case, they might have the secret to eliminating devil fruit. Thinking of this, the way 5 elders looked at Wangdal. It's also getting a little more subtle. Do we need to make a move? No, wait any longer, anything has to be prepared for the worst. We don't know the movements of that black-robed man at the moment. In case he doesn't go far, but watch us from afar. Our situation will become very passive, while the 5 elders are discussing. A portal appears, immediately, the hearts of 5 elders and everyone present trembled. That lord is back. Damn it, it's a good thing I didn't make a move just now. I knew that B*********** D had no good intentions, Mama Matilda. What the hell is going on with that guy? Is it to torture us on purpose? Although it is indeed inappropriate to say such a thing. Don't you idiots see what's wrong? As soon as this remark came out, everyone present reacted instantly. When Al appeared, it tore the entire space apart. And this door, although it also appeared in midair out of thin air, but not like Al, gives a sense of mystery and fear. ZNA. A product of technology? 5 elders are the first to react? After all, the Vegapunk Research Institute, it is a direct subordinate force of the world government. So 5 elders are no strangers to tech gadgets, at the same time. Huang Dal, who is fighting against the Knights of God. After seeing the portal, a blue figure can't help but appear in my mind. Immediately became very excited, after forcing the Knights of God back. Stride towards the portal, the people present saw this. Doubt and confusion arose in my heart. Look at Huang Deer's appearance. Most people have already guessed what, and this is the group of 4 emperors. The worst thing to see, Mama, then, could it be? Shut up. Talk nonsense, I will tear your mouth apart. Will it be Kaido-sama? There is a hint of excitement in Jack's doubtful words. In the next second, Kaido puts a chestnut hammer on his forehead. Shut your mouth, Laozi. Beckman also subconsciously turned his attention to the Redhead. But just as he was about to speak, Tonks' deep voice suddenly sounded. I hope you will show me some face. Chapter 73. Tonks makes a move. Shanks can't hold back. I hope you will show me some face, while the voice is ringing. A one-armed cat with blue hair slowly appear in front of everyone. Looking at the plaid shirt in front of me, and the cat with 3 scars at the corner of the eye. All members of Red Hair Pirates couldn't hold back an instant. But they didn't laugh at the first moment, instead, it turned into a series of lightning bolts. Across the distance of hundreds of meters to the front of the Red Hair. This is how I laughed out loud, ha 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 ha, boss. I knew my gut was right, the guys from Beechburg. It was so much fun, looking at the people around me. The Redhead couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth. My head is full of strange question marks, it also made him understand a little bit. Beachy Bottom's secret, maybe only the tip of the iceberg revealed. Gu la la la, it's really good, at least it's a cat. Whitebeard in battle, a full blow knocks Sengoku and Zephyr back a few meters. Pull away quickly, then burst out laughing out loud. However, compared to Whitebeard pirates and Red Hair pirates, BIGMOM pirates and Beasts pirates, at this moment, Jack is holding back his laughter, 130. The rest of the people looked at their captain with surprise on their faces. 4 Emperor's Shanks are all out, that distance from their captain. Can it be far? Looking at the blue-haired cat walking out of the portal. 5 elders subconsciously, keep your eyes on St. Figland. That look, it seems to be questioning something. Seems to have sensed the gaze of the 5 elders. St. Figalen's expression sank, cold voice, change the primary goal. Forget about that yellow square, give me all my strength to attack that stinky cat. Accompanied by the icy voice of St. Figaland, the blue-haired Tonks took a step forward expressionlessly. Next second, stormy, the terrifying breath emanating from the invisible. For those who have experienced the Water City incident, take a deep breath, this level of Conqueror's hockey. They have felt it in the legendary, that grown-up, of Bikini Bottom. After sensing this invisible coercion, St. Figaland. He also led the Knights of God to stop, seeing that everyone present has calmed down. Tonks snorted coldly, with one arm clasping the griffin in hand. Shen Sheng said, if you don't want to give me this face, I'll beat you to save me face, as Tonks' voice fell. Everyone present couldn't help being stunned, looking at Tonks as if looking at a fool. Immediately afterwards, the roar of laughter echoed like a tide. Gu la la la. Smelly cat, who do you think you are? The bald monster? How dare you ask Laozi to give you face? Mama Matilda, smelly cat, I advise you not to interfere in our war. Unless you want to be made into a specimen by me. I'm particularly interested in weird creatures like you. Gee ha ha ha. Smelly brat, if you want to end this war, then call that bald monster, you alone are not worthy of our face. Advertisement, Worororo. Little thing, our face is not just given. Either beat Laozi to the ground, or get Laozi out immediately. I don't want anything to do with you bikini bottoms. For a while, almost all major forces are speaking out to ridicule Tonks. How strong is Beechburg's combat power, didn't they know each other? In addition to the legend of the Lord, and only strong to come forward. They will give this face to stop the war, but a guy from Beechburg? Is it worthy of them to give this face, facing the ridicule of the crowd? There was still no change on Tonks' face, but the coercion he exudes from the inside and outside. But it keeps going up, seems like all forces are mocking Tonks. Marine kept absolute silence, after all, the 5 elders have all appeared on the battlefield in Marineford. Even if you want to say something, that also depends on what the 5 elders mean. Although Garp is different, but he is also very cautious at this time. If you can't talk, don't talk, in this way, even if it really happens. World government and Marine headquarters will not blame him for everything. It seems that everyone present is mocking Tonks. St. Figeland also dispelled the last scruples in his heart. As long as that guy does it for a while, catch up with Laozi's rhythm immediately. Try to kill that stupid blue-haired cat with one blow. Learn. 5 elders couldn't help but frown, than Tonks. What they care more about is the portal behind Tonks. While it's not entirely clear what that door does. But seeing Tonks coming out of that door, 5 elders can also guess. That should be a treasure capable of location teleportation. It seems that everyone present didn't give him face. Tonks couldn't help but think of Al's advice. If those guys think you're a bikini bottom guy, then explain it to them. If those guys still plan to do something, then don't hesitate. One counts as one, slap them all. Think of the last. Tonks didn't hesitate, immediately drew out the scabbard and said solemnly. Since you are not willing to give me this face, then I can only beat you to save face. The moment the voice rang, Tonks gripped the handle of the knife tightly. There is no emotion in the cold eyes. Next second, terrible coercion, covered the entire Marineford like a fountain. However, face Tonks, the conqueror's hockey who was as cold as hell. Except for countless Marine soldiers and pirates who passed out. Those powerful pirates and Marines, but stood motionless. Nor use conqueror's hockey to collide with it, it's like watching a play. Ever since I saw the incomparable strength of Zhejiang. They have already made up their minds in their hearts. As long as it's Beechburg, or the people in that forest. As long as you are not impatient, ignore it at all. After all, they don't want to be tossed about by that bald monster again. Plus that bald monster, and their king, keep an indifferent attitude towards this war. Since this stinky cat wants to make trouble, then let him make trouble. If you are impatient, even if that bald monster wants to use this to cause disputes. They have no fear either. Advertisement to this end. Whitebeard just took a few glances, then he picked up Kong Yunki and went straight to the execution platform. And the strong men of other forces, they also joined the melee again. Only members of the Knights of God, at this moment, staring at Tonks with hostility. It looks like it's ready to go anytime. It seems that seeing that I can't control the situation. Tonks' originally expressionless face, gradually, a touch of anger emerged. In that case, don't blame me for being rude, talk off. Tonks loosened his grip on the handle of the knife. Then he snapped his fingers in midair. Next second. With a roaring vibration sounded, inside the portal. Slowly, a tall figure appeared, looking at the machine monster whose whole body is made of metal. 5 elders couldn't help but frown, although outside the Vegapunk Research Institute. There are also various mechanical sea kings, but a robot like this. It's the first time they've seen each other. Giant robot? The redhead froze for a moment. It seems that some don't understand Tonks' behavior. Tin things like this, in front of such strong men as them. Just like a toy, it can't be on the stage at all, okay? And all the powerhouses present also agree with the red-haired point of view. Even the 5 elders, at the moment, the focus will also be on Whitebeard. It seems that some don't want to deal with Tonks and that giant robot. Seeing St. Figeland, also squinting slightly, stare at Tonks like you're looking at a fool. Commander, why don't we kill that yellow cube? I always feel that cat is a bit stupid. Mirror Knight coughed lightly, then set the target on Huang Deer. However, after Huang Deer saw the giant robot about 30 meters tall. Immediately my eyes lit up. Less than. Is this the legend? The metal that was given Devil Fruit? Known as the strongest killer in the cat and mouse world. Human fruit alien god Cybertronian form, Senior Tonks. Is this big guy really self-aware? The more Huang Da said, the more excited he became. I can't wait to run to the top of the robot and take a closer look. However, 3.6 when everyone at the scene heard that metal was endowed with the fruit ability. Instant brain crash. Head full of strange question marks? Well known, metals are inanimate, how could it be endowed with the fruit ability? Seems like people don't believe it, Huang Deer sneered. He sneered mercilessly. A bunch of bumpkins. Know that Senior Tonks is not from the bottom of the sea. Not from Beechburg. Senior Tonks lives on the moon. And this big guy in front of me, it's Senior Tonks. A living piece of metal found on the moon, and fed it devil fruit. Talking, Huang Deer set his sights on the giant robot again. And asked again. Senior Tonks, that's why, does this guy have a name? I listen. It seems that Huang Deer made him impatient. Tonks responded coldly. His name is Cybertron. Chapter 74 Redhead, 5 Elders. Your head is smashed, don't come here, please don't come here. Chapter 74 Redhead, 5 Elders. Your head is smashed, don't come here, please don't come here. Cybertron. The redhead blinked. My head is full of strange question marks and weird ideas. About things like living on the moon, or living metal. Not only redheads don't believe it, none of the people present were convinced. The only thing that can be confirmed is that giant robot. It is most likely the awakened form of demon fruit power. It's just that the stinky cat is playing tricks, with this idea in mind. Saint Figaland snorted coldly, across hundreds of meters like lightning. The cold light of the sharp blade in his hand splits the air even more. Gone before the eyes of the whole world, there is no doubt that with this blow, if it falls on this giant robot, it must run through the entire fuselage together with the shell. It doesn't matter if you are a robot developed. It's still a devil fruit awakening ability. If you want to blame you for appearing on this battlefield. Clang like the sound of dull metal crashing like muffled thunder. The moment it exploded in midair, the violent shock spread along the blade and spread throughout the internal organs. Looking at the dot-sized gap, San Figaland stared wide-eyed. Confusion and disbelief written all over his face. Yet without waiting for any reaction from him, pain like being bitten by a mosquito. Seems to have P********* D off Cybertron, next second. Like Superman releasing heat vision, the two bowls have thick mouths and are filled with hot and high-temperature red light. Shoot straight out of Cybertron's eyes, strong sense of crisis. Coming like a tide, Saint Figaland was too late to shock. Hurry down from Cybertron's tall body, at the moment of landing. The scorching pain spreads from the buttocks to every nerve in the body. Without a moment's hesitation, Saint Figaland doesn't even want a sword. Hastily clutching his scalded buttocks, frantically galloping towards the members of the Knights of God. Quick, help me stop this damn robot. Looking at the two blazing rays chasing behind Saint Figaland. The members of the Knights of God are just about to make a move. All I can hear is the screeching sound, at first glance. The ground with a radius of more than 10 meters. The moment the blazing rays touch, evaporate and melt directly. After seeing this scene, Mirror Knight didn't hesitate at all. Turn around and say, run, disappeared in place like a torrent like an electric shock. When looking again, the Mirror Knight has appeared hundreds of meters away. After the rest of the Knights of God looked at each other. Put away your weapon very calmly. Next second, countless meteor-like figures are galloping on the battlefield of Marineford. Looking at the people who have abandoned themselves. Saint Figaland is on fire, just when he was about to annoy a few people. The fiery burning sensation swept through the whole body again. Listening to the ear-piercing sizzle, Saint Figaland gritted his teeth. Go straight to the crowd, after seeing the scene in front of me. The people who were still fighting in the last second. In the next second, he froze in place instantly, head full of strange question marks. After being stunned for a moment, see San Figaland getting closer. Doflamingo doesn't hesitate at all, give up the fight. Turn around and run in a safe direction, if this is hit by that ray. Say no to armament hockey, even if 10 layers of iron armor are stacked. It can't be resisted anymore, see the figure of Doflamingo escaping. Although somewhat embarrassing, but the people present did not intend to ridicule him. On the contrary, I wish I could grow 2 more legs. Seeing Whitebeard, although I was a little surprised. But not enough to make him flee like Doflamingo, gu la la la. Mere. Before Whitebeard could finish his sentence. It seems that Cybertron has not killed Saint Figaland for so long. And feel a little uncomfortable. Next moment, Cybertron slowly raised 2 thick mechanical arms. Accompanied by a roar like a sonic boom, 2 blue laser rays the size of the mouth of a water tank. Squirting from his palm, breath of destruction, straight to the heart like a churning wave. Whitebeard swallowed. Swallow it into your stomach together with the words you haven't finished speaking. A strong sense of crisis provoked his nerve center. As if on alert, don't touch that blue ray tilde, don't touch it. 3 million directly crushed Whitebeard's courage to try to block. Because of that blue light, the sense of crisis brought to him. Far stronger than the only strong sword energy, without a moment's hesitation. Advertisement Whitebeard glanced coldly at Figaland Saint. Immediately yelled. You be ********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** I don't know if Sanfigaland was angered by Whitebeard's words, or simply want Whitebeard and others to help him out. Keep running in the direction of Whitebeard, looking at Saint Figaland getting closer. Whitebeard's face turned livid instantly while yelling. Run in a safe direction, from time to time there's a roar. Little ones, run. Looking at this highly comical picture. Sengoku, Zephyr, Garp, and others couldn't laugh at all. Because of them, it is also within the attack range of those 4 laser rays. Without a moment's hesitation, Garp took the lead. Like a white lightning, sit firmly on the throne of the first place. Looking at the approaching crowd, Kaido and Big Mom put down their weapons at the same time. He fixed his gaze directly on Cybertron's steel body. It seems to want to take the opportunity to destroy it. However, Cybertron seems to be able to listen to the voice of the heart. The last second when Big Mom and Kaido were ready to do it. With a cloud of steam jetting out from behind Cybertron. Immediately afterwards, missiles are fired one after another like headless chickens. After twisting in midair for a moment, boom to Kaido and Big Mom in unison. Out of bodily instinct, Kaido and Big Mom evacuated to safety. However, the roaring explosion did not sound. Look again. The missile that was supposed to hit the ground instantly turned its gunhead. Hurrying towards Kaido and Big Mom again. Originally, Big Mom and Kaido planned to use their fleshy bodies to carry it hard. And that's exactly what they did. One is the Kaido of the beasts, known as the strongest defense. One is a monster ant with a steel balloon physique. Use your fleshy body to block a few missiles in this area. For them, it's just as simple as it gets, but just as they stopped. When you were ready to resist with your body, boom, boom, boom. The sound of a series of missile launches piercing the air resounded. Looking at the increasing number of missiles in the sky, Kaido and Big Mom couldn't help but gasp, if this is one or two. Even if they block it, these hundreds of missiles bomb down. Even if you don't die, you will have to be bruised. And the most important thing is, the launcher behind Cybertron. Like a giant arsenal, from the beginning till now. Never stopped, without a moment's hesitation. Kaido directly half-orc, run around like lightning. On the other hand, the four Emperor's ant, she stepped on the bodies of Zeus and Prometheus. Fly straight to the sky, just when the four Emperor's ant felt that the crisis had been resolved. A strong sense of crisis is rushing like a wave, damn it. Ant 4 Emperors roared silently in her heart, then he rode Zeus and Prometheus in midair and fled in all directions. While escaping, Kaido discovered something very interesting. That is, every time you pass by a strong man, some of those missiles will be distributed to chase those strong ones. After discovering this characteristic, Kaido is also unambiguous. Specially run to those guys who he thinks have some strength. And Jack, one of the three disasters, saw this, while secretly mocking Kaido in his heart. Leap, collide with the missile with your own body. Seems like doing so proves he's stronger than Kaido. The moment the roaring explosion sounded, the first generation of strong airwaves and shrapnel. Straight into Jack's chest. Next second, the splattered drops of blood evaporated directly in the terrifying heatwave. And Jack was also under the impact of the explosion. Hit the ground like a meteorite, though not to death. But it can't stand the missiles, watching the hailstorm below. The missiles constantly bombarding Jack's body, together with Kaido and other experts. Can't help but take a breath, according to this terrifying frequency of 10 rounds per second. Even a man with the strongest creature in the world like Kaido. I'm afraid it will be difficult to support it for a few minutes. Seems like Jack's life is in danger. Kaido can't care about anything else. Straight into the bomb zone, he dragged out the bloody Jack. You guy, are you looking for death? In the process of fleeing? Kaido swears a word or two from time to time, although I know that Jack can't hear me. But if he didn't scold him, he was so irritable, watching for just a few minutes. It has evolved from a chaotic battle to a battlefield of life and death. The Redhead was stunned for a moment, he just thought about something for a while. How did this battlefield become such a ghost? However, before the red-haired man recovered from his astonishment, Beckman standing beside him patted him heavily on the shoulder. Advertisement shouted, "Boss, don't be in a daze." The big guy seems to have a new move again, almost at the same time that Beckman's voice sounded. Cybertron seems to be responding to Beckman. There was a series of crackling sounds of gold and iron colliding in the chest. Soon, a giant muzzle with a caliber of about 140 centimeters. Aimed straight at all red hair pirates, without the slightest hesitation. The moment Cybertron came out of the muzzle, the Redhead didn't even think about it. Shout angrily. Little ones, spread out, never, one. Before the Redhead could finish speaking, countless golden particles gathered on the muzzle on Cybertron's chest. Next second, only to hear a series of sonic booms. The Redhead hurriedly swallowed back the words on his lips. God avoids. With fear and anxiety in my heart. Redhead pulls out Griffin. The red-black gaseous flame instantly climbed from the arm to the sword body. At the same time the words were blurted out, the Redhead makes a movement of swinging a knife. Next moment, looking at the sword energy filled with destructive breath. It was reduced to ashes in just an instant. The Redhead dared not make any unnecessary movements. Draw the knife, close the knife, run away, all in one go. And the 5 elders who were not far from the Redhair saw this. Can't help but take a breath. An ominous premonition arose in my heart. Looking at the red hair running towards him, 5 elders suddenly flew into a rage. Redhead you be asterisk 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 D, stay away from us. Go away. B asterisk 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 D, don't come here. Hurry up and kill me. Get out of here, don't come here. Damn Redhead, I will make you pay. 17 facing the 5 elders scolding. The Redhead still has the mood to care about it, if you don't run faster. That would be deadly. Seeing the Redhead kept persuading me. 5 elders can't hold back anymore, they're the highest authority of the world government. Ended up being chased by a laser shot from a giant robot. This is simply the face of the world government, throw it straight into the stinking ditch. And it just so happened that the dog who marked the territory P asterisk 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 D. Shame, this is simply a shame to the world government. Redhead you be asterisk 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 D, after the matter is over, we will definitely not let you go. 11 Hearing the 5 elders rant, the Redhead didn't respond at all. The only response is, Hurry up, don't get in my way. Looking at this funny and very comedic scene in the picture. People all over the world can laugh at all, because of them. Already bewitched by the scene in front of me, I was so shocked that I lost consciousness for a short time. That robot. Sabaody Island Archipelago. Bej looked at the giant robot in the picture, while eyes are full of shock. There was a storm in my heart. This kind of thing is completely out of date. What exactly is Jiao Hao? Bej growled silently. As if asking yourself, what is happening in this world? Both murlocs and monsters, and now there's another giant robot? So what's next? Destroy the stupid blue cat in naval headquarters in one hit. Do not make jokes. Not far away, Kid's roar exploded in the silent crowd. Kira, you think I can defeat that monster? Facing Kid's questioning. Kira quickly waved her hand in response. No, I never said that. You told yourself that. Seeing Kira speak so decisively. The corner of Kid's mouth twitched, even if the anger value in my heart has exploded. But there is no object to vent, so I can only hold this anger in my heart. When I first arrived in the Sabaody Island Archipelago, Kid is still a high-spirited and proud guy, yet since the war at Marineford began, Kid's mentality is breaking down every second, until now. He really couldn't take it anymore, a company with the highest power in the world government 5 elders. Giant robots chasing ducks like chasing ducks, don't say it's a supernova of the era of evil. Chao Chao-Shing can't play against this kind of monster. There is such a guy, who dares to mention One Piece again? Who deserves to be the One Piece, with 2 centuries of puzzles thrown? It immediately attracted widespread attention all over the world. And at the same time, Al's mysterious points have also reached 2,500,000. Without a moment's hesitation, Al immediately entered the system mall. Ready to continue creating new material characters. Chapter 75 Creation. 6 Paths Tom on board, Marineford Battlefield. On the execution stand, looking at the increasingly unmanageable battlefield in front of us. Kong frowned tightly, the crimson flames are wisps. Surround yourself like a substance. His eyes flashed a cold light full of murderous aura. Like a beast crouching around a cheetah, waiting for Cyber to reveal his Achilles heel. And those strong men who are chased by lasers and shells. Now they are all ready to fight back. Daddy. Marco flew to Whitebeard's side. There is a hint of solemnity in the hasty tone. The light emitted by that iron bump seems to have weakened a lot. Wen Yan. A strong chill flashed across Whitebeard's eyes. And the strong ones present seems to have noticed this. A strong fighting spirit rose in my heart, has been chased for so long. Is it our turn to attack too? Saint Figaland in the chase. Recovered his previously lost saber, and at the moment when the sword is like a hand. On the battlefield, I don't know who shouted angrily. It's now, almost at the moment the words sounded. Cybertron seems to be depleted of energy and needs to be replenished. That is, in the short interval of a few seconds, world government forces represented by 5 elders. Be the first to sound the horn of counterattack. Mirror, trap him. Holy Figaland shouted in anger. The sword in hand splits the air. There was a series of piercing and rapid cracking sounds. While the voice sounded, the Mirror Knight seems to have been prepared for a long time. The body quickly half-orsized, smashing the air across a distance of hundreds of meters like lightning. Appears behind Cybertron only in breath, with the lessons learned from St. Figaland. Mirror Knight did not choose to attack the iron armor covering the periphery. Instead, target a line that isn't protected by iron armor. Just cut the broken thread. I see how you are still jumping. A series of roaring air explosions were produced when the sword glow pierced the air. And Cybertron seemed to have expected it, the seemingly clumsy and thick mechanical arm. But reacted very quickly. Clang, clang, clang. Sparks fly and the wind keeps blowing. Seeing that the Mirror Knight successfully held back Cybertron, Saint Figaland also followed suit, with previous failures. Plus the observation 987 when being chased. At this time, he probably guessed Cybertron's weakness. Attack the glowing crystals on the robot's chest. The voice of Saint Figaland is like a beacon in the dark. It pointed out the way for all the strong people present who planned to counterattack. With the reminder of Saint Figaland, together with the 5 elders, the strong men did not hesitate for a moment. His eyes were fixed on the spar on Cybertron's chest. As Saint Figaland flickered from sight, the wind blows at Whitebeard's feet. The surrounding air made a piercing crackling sound. The half-orcish Kaido exploded with power, turned into a ferocious green dragon in midair. Without half a second of stagnation, Kaido in the form of a green dragon opened his mouth wide. The scorching breath overflows everywhere, and 4 emperors also found the right time. Napoleon clenched in his hands opened his ferocious eyes. Exudes bursts of terrifying breath, the Redhead also stopped walking. The griffin held tightly in his hand seemed to feel the strong fighting spirit of the red hair. There was a strong vibration, Garp clenched his fists. At the moment of stopping, turn around and go straight to Cybertron to charge and kill. Seeing Sengoku, don't dare to slack off in the slightest. If this blow fails to defeat the tall robot in front of him, then wait for them, it is a more violent attack. The Red Earl and others also know this truth well. The moment I stopped, turn around, make a fist, charge. A whole set of movements flowing freely, without the slightest pause. Faced with the sudden counterattack of the powerful Huang Deer was stunned for a few seconds. It seems to be feeling the courage of the few people in front of them who are not afraid of death. In the next second, the astonishment on Huang Deer's face was replaced by a smile. It's really a group of guys who don't know the heights of the sky and the earth. Advertisement looking at the strong fighters who were counter-attacking on the Marineford battlefield. People all over the world couldn't help but gasp. I can't help but feel an ominous feeling in my heart. Those guys. Can you really defeat that giant robot? Almost at the same time, people all over the world came up with this strange question at the same time. The answer to this question may be, but no one can answer it. After all, the terrifying and destructive power displayed by the giant robot. The label of invincibility has been marked deep in their hearts. I'm afraid except for that bald monster and the Lord in the Bikini Bottom legend. Nobody can beat that giant robot, just when people think so. Clang, clang, clang. A series of dull metal and iron clashing sounds. Ripples over Marineford. Next second, terrible flames poured down from the sky. It directly covered Cybertron's huge body, at the same time. In the realm of mystery, open black lens bracket legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tonks, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained, close black lens bracket. Creating the legend of the Cat and Mouse World has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained, close black lens bracket. Create the character, Bikibao, Huang Deer, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get +1 mysterious points, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket current mystery points 456,401, close black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting material character X3. Character materials of the world of Bikini Bottom, Ruffian Boss. Open black lens bracket Gushongling World Character Material, Shang Da, close black lens bracket. Gushongling World Character Material, Boss Lee. Al hardly even looked at what role he got, directly transfer all character materials. Convert directly to the specified character material. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for obtaining the character material, Tomcat, close black lens bracket. Character material, Tomcat, open black lens bracket modification in progress, close black lens bracket. Since Tonks returned to the lunar space station from the war at Beechburg, Tonks' mentality has also undergone a subtle change, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after noticing Tonks' change, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket mad scientist didn't reprimand Tonks, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket instead, I told Tonks everything that happened thousands of years ago, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after learning that I am just a clone, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Tonks is having a hard time accepting this fact, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but after the baptism of war, Tonks also knows the value of life, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the next period of time, in order to ease Tonks' mood, close black lens bracket. Mad scientist taught Tonks the cloning technology. Open black lens bracket since the death of the mad scientist, only Tonks is left to move forward in solitude, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket having experienced the war and learned the truth, although Tonks is a bit lonely, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but he didn't step out of the space station because of this, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in order to alleviate the torment caused by loneliness, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks often uses work to numb himself, close black lens bracket, but I don't know when to start, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks has fallen into madness because of scientific research, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but what comes after the madness is even more desperate loneliness, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in order to alleviate loneliness, Tonks made an amazing decision, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket he does not intend to pile up a successful product with countless roses like a mad scientist, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket instead, directly use your own DNN gene to clone another self, close black lens bracket. However, just when the cloning was about to succeed, an accident happened, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because of a small mistake by Tonks, the laboratory exploded, close black lens bracket. Countless medicines and clones merged with each other, and an unprecedented powerful existence was born, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks originally planned to destroy it, but finally relented, close black lens bracket. In the process of raising newborn clones to grow. Open black lens bracket Tonks was surprised to find that the pupils of this little guy can change, close black lens bracket. When the pupils of the eyes change, the aura and aura of the little guy will also change drastically, AGBB, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the following time, Tonks took this little guy as his research target, close black lens bracket. During the research, Tonks recorded everything. And named the little one 6 Paths Tom. The grown-up Tom of 6 Paths did not follow Tonks into the field of science. Open black lens bracket instead, focus on developing the power contained in your body, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket under a chance, Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket 6 paths Tom accidentally discovered Tonks' teleportation device. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket driven by curiosity, Tom of 6 paths stepped into the teleporter. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and because of this, I accidentally came to that inconspicuous forest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 6 paths Tom who was curious about everything is wandering around in that forest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and this behavior has attracted the attention of the guardian of that forest. Close black lens bracket. After repeated warnings were invalid. Open black lens bracket the guardian of that forest has launched an attack on 6 paths Tom. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and 6 paths Tom is also because of the strong man in the forest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket accidentally stimulated the full potential of the body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after a big battle. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the guardian of that forest also learned the truth from 6 paths Tom. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after getting along for a while. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket 6 paths Tom became a regular visitor to that forest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Tonks felt very helpless after hearing the news. Close black lens bracket. But there is no limit to 6 paths Tom. Open black lens bracket since then, the legend of 6 paths Tom has also spread in that forest. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. Phew, it's finally over. Al flexed his shin, then planned to drop 6 paths Tom on the battlefield to earn mystery points. After all, his current mysterious points, advertisement. Totally not enough to buy character material again. After this time is over, I can almost create Tom, right? Al was thinking in his mind, got in touch with 6 paths Tom on the side. Via 6 paths Tom's angle of view, looking at the laboratory full of technology. And the figure sitting cross-legged, Al coughed lightly. 6 paths, I have something to look for you, as Al's voice sounded. 6 paths Tom slowly opened his eyes. My lord, what's the matter? Facing Tom's inquiry from 6 paths, Al didn't deliberately hide anything. He directly stated his request. 6 paths Tom was not ambiguous after hearing it. While fully agreeing, step into the portal, just a minute or two before 6 paths Tom steps through the portal. On the battlefield of Marineford, several gorgeous and destructive moves. One after another fell on Cybertron, at the same time as the roar of piercing the sky resounded. The hearts of all the people present are jumping to their throats. If this still can't cause heavy damage to the giant robot, then their lives are in danger, it must be successful. The deserter Wong Kebi hid in a safe place in the corner. He stared fixedly at the tall figure in the smoke and dust. Finished, accompanied by a sound of doubt mixed with joy. Everyone present breathed a sigh of relief, and locked his eyes firmly on Tonks. Damn stinky cat, isn't this joke a bit too much? We don't have time for your stinky cat, if you want to go on with the trouble. Don't blame us for not giving you a chance to live. Gu la la la. Smelly cat, if it wasn't for that bald man. Laozi has sunk you to the bottom of the sea long ago. Mama Matilda, smelly cat, I advise you not to interfere with my old lady's battle. Otherwise, the bald monster is here, I have to chop you up too. Listening to the sarcasm and provocations from all around. Tonks remained expressionless, it seems that the guys present are completely ignored. However, just when Tonks was about to say something. Suddenly, as if aware of something, can't help but frown. I muttered in my heart. Why is that guy here? While Tonks was thinking. The eyes of Cybertron in the smoke and dust flashed a dazzling blue light. Next second, in a series of rapid and heart-pounding dull sounds. Cybertron moves its huge body, very obediently came to the side. Congratulations, 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 Master 6 Paths. In the intermittent mechanical sound, everyone present looked at the weird guy coming out of the portal. Can't help frowning, without waiting for the reaction of the people present. 6 Paths Tom raised his hand, he said with a blank face. Cybertron, stop talking. This harsh noise will make me feel very uncomfortable. See 6 Paths Tom opening, Cybertron hurriedly nodded awkwardly. Seems pretty terrified of 6 Paths Tom, everyone sees it. The doubts in my heart are more intense, on the other hand, King Gigi. After meeting 6 Paths Tom, the corner of the mouth can't help but twitch. Subconsciously prepared to sneak away, but the front foot just stepped forward. 6 Paths Tom's voice followed, Yo, isn't this King Gigi? Long time no see. Words fall, Gigi suddenly froze. Turning his head stiffly like a machine, he said with an awkward smile. Okay. Long time no see. If there is nothing else, I will leave first. 6 Paths Tom sees, after scanning the eyes of everyone. Indifferently said, Don't go, Gigi, wait until I knock these guys down. You come to play a game with me, Chapter 76 6 Paths Tom. Do you want to dance too? Looking at 6 Paths Tom in red armor in the distance. King Gigi seems to be recalling something bad, while the heart beats rapidly. The corners of the mouth can't stop twitching, thousands of years ago. 6 Paths Tom stepped into the forest wearing red armor. And as the first discoverer, King Gigi didn't hesitate to start a big fight with Chi. But as the battle continues to escalate, all the strong men in that forest were alarmed. And an unprecedented battle with Six Paths Tom, in that earth-shattering battle. Gather all the peak forces of that forest, only barely suppressed Six Paths Tom. And because of that war, Six Paths Tom's potential is also unleashed. Every time I recall that white figure, King Gigi can't help but feel the chills down his spine. Don't make trouble if you want to fight. Let's find Ji-Jang. That guy is much stronger now than you were in your prime. Listening to the trembling words of King Gigi, Six Paths Tom sneered expressionlessly. You be asterisk 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 D. Ever seen my prime? Asked by Six Paths Tom. A trace of cold sweat could not help but break out on King Gigi's forehead. To know, gathering all the top powerhouses in that forest back then. Simply unleash the potential of Six Paths Tom, if you really want to count. That was hardly the heyday of Six Paths Tom. It can only be regarded as Six Paths Tom's first entrance to the top. After all, only after that time, no one will be able to push Six Paths Tom to a corner again. Seeing King Gigi shaking like a rattle, Six Paths Tom lost interest too. Turn around and lock your eyes on the distant battlefield. The guy in the white uniform? Didn't the kingdom 900 years ago all wear black uniforms? Is it the new kingdom? Facing Tom's inquiry from Six Paths. King Gigi shrugged, he responded blankly. Who knows, I've never stepped out of that forest. It's still my first time out, in the end, I met you guy. Is that so? Six Paths Tom with arms around, looking at the people in front of him coldly. Looks like I haven't been out to move my shins for too long. As Tom's voice from Six Paths falls, on the battlefield, everyone couldn't help frowning. Hey, Taya. Saint Figaland came to the five elders. Asked softly. That guy said 900 years ago, as the supreme power of the world government, you should know something? Facing the inquiry of Saint Figaland. Five elders shook their heads in unison, we have no clue. In short, no matter who the enemy is, we all have to stop him. If you don't do this, we are the ones who die. For this statement of the five elders, the powerhouses present also agree very much. Not to mention the blue-haired cat in armor in front of me. Just that giant robot, it was enough to give everyone a headache. And, the most important is, the group of guys, it seems that there is no intention to let off everyone present. With a posture of not giving up until they're killed. Undoubtedly persecuting the world government, form a brief alliance with pirates. After all, no one wants to die here like this, in a brief thought. World government forces represented by five elders. Together with the major pirate groups after a brief agreement. Finally made an alliance. Let's fight this crisis together. Though only a brief alliance, but among the captains of the major pirate groups. And under the command of the world government five elders. The subordinates of all forces quickly stood in a row. And their goal, it's the blue-haired cat in the red armor in front of me. Tut tut, I really don't know what these guys think. King Gigi found a stone anywhere and sat down, although not clear. What the hell was going on in those guys' heads, but for him? Undoubtedly good news. After all, if so, Six Paths Tom in short order. You won't be bothering him anymore, looking at the Union Army standing in a row in front of them. Six Paths Tom's deadpan face, a sarcastic smile gradually emerged. However, just when Six Paths Tom is about to do it, Lao Sha hiding in the middle of the crowd, suddenly seized the opportunity. Utilize the power of sand fruit, form a pair of big hands made of sand grains on the ground. Facing the sudden onslaught, Six Paths Tom's figure disappeared in an instant. When it reappears, advertisement it is already within a range of less than 50 meters from everyone. It's not easy to catch him. Lao Sha, who failed in the sneak attack, ran into the crowd resolutely. I'm afraid that the other party will point the first finger at him. At this time, Marco seems to have noticed something. Stare solemnly at the shadow under Tom's feet in Six Paths. That monster-like black shadow, what exactly is it? Where's that Moria guy? He is a shadow fruit capable person, so he must be able to see something. Gecko Moria? Kaido wrapped his arms around and said disdainfully. That rascal, I was thrown into the sea by Laozi long before the war started. Probably dead by now. See, Kaido said so, the people present were too lazy to ask for details. After all, now is not the time to pay attention to those. As a huge black shadow enveloped the entire battlefield. Six Paths Tom, also slowly moving towards the army ahead. The rustling sound of the soles rubbing against the ground. Like the whispers of a nightmare, the terrifying breath emanating from the invisible. Even hundreds of thousands of soldiers and pirates. Can't help but start to shiver, if it weren't for the existence of the strong men. I'm afraid I won't wait for Six Paths Tom to come to the front of the crowd. These guys will faint under that powerful momentum. Walking Six Paths Tom's footsteps are gradually speeding up. In the end, he ran quickly under the nervous eyes of everyone. Coming, don't be afraid of that guy's momentum. Mama, little ones, give me a rush, with Mama's order. All members of the BIGMOM pirates including Katakuri. Be the first to attack Six Paths Tom, and the White Bandits. All Marines. All Red Hair Pirates, all Beasts Pirates. All members of the Golden Lion Pirates, impel down all criminals. All Shichibukai. All members of the Blackbeard Pirates. Under the momentum of the BIGMOM pirates, they rushed towards Six Paths Tom. In the deafening sound of fighting, Six Paths Tom rushes into the crowd like a demon. But Six Paths Tom doesn't seem to plan to use other abilities. Only by gymnastics, with the strength of one person. Fight alone with hundreds of thousands of troops and remain invincible. Precisely. In this seemingly disparate battle, indeed Six Paths Tom's one-sided slaughter. In just a few moments, there were countless corpses lying on the pool of blood. And Six Paths Tom, it seems that I feel that fighting with fists and kicks is not enough fun. Pick up an ordinary long sword, into the crowd again. Next second, Six Paths Tom holding a sword is like a demon. A sword she slashed at will, then hundreds of marines and pirates were chopped off. Six Paths Tom at high speed jumps up, the long blade in your hand spins like the blades of an electric fan. Only a few breaths of effort, the whole battlefield became one. An ocean of bright red blood, damn guy, while the voice sounded. Katakori's figure spanned a distance of nearly 100 meters. Follow Tom in Six Paths like lightning. The cold light of the trident thrown in his hand splits the air even more. Gone before the eyes of the whole world, just looking at it hurts the eyes. There is no doubt about the power of the trident thrown by Katakori. If it falls on Six Paths Tom, it will inevitably run through the whole body together with flesh and blood. The howling wind is howling. There was a series of violent explosions in the air. Six Paths Tom, who is galloping at high speed, has no time to dodge. Or, he never thought of dodging, when time is running out. Six Paths Tom turns around brazenly, dodging Katakori's offensive. Raised his hand to grab Katakori's neck, cold voice. Do you want to dance too? At this time, Kizaru charged towards Six Paths Tom at breakneck speed. When Six Paths Tom reacted, Kizaru's speed of light has already kicked Six Paths Tom in the stomach first. The powerful impact sent Six Paths Tom flying, and Katakori was saved. Too late to say any words of thanks, kicked Six Paths Tom. After doing several backflips in midair, he landed safely. What a scary guy, Tilda. Words fall, Six Paths Tom dusted himself off. Totally indifferent, this is your ability to use first, Six Paths Tom said coldly. It caused everyone present to frown. Next second. Six Paths Tom seems a bit tired of playing. Raise your arms. Make a weird gesture. Open black lens bracket fire style fire extinction. Close black lens bracket. With Six Paths Tom's low husky voice rings out, advertisement. A flame filled with scorching heat, 0, seeking flowers. Spit out of his mouth, looking at the flames that are enough to envelop the entire battlefield. The people present are too late to make any reaction. Put on a defensive posture in a hurry to deal with the enemy. Next second, Aokiji, one of the marine admirals. Rushed to the forefront like white lightning, open black lens bracket ice age, close black lens bracket. Lazy and cold voice, while ringing, a huge ice wall enough to cover the entire battlefield rose up. Under the impact of explosive flames, while the huge ice wall is melting rapidly. A huge hole was torn directly by the flames, seeing Akainu. Not a moment's hesitation, very decisive shot, open black lens bracket dark hound, close black lens bracket. As Akainu's strongest single attack, the presence of Marine couldn't help taking a breath. At the same time, a confident voice sounded in my heart. This is Akainu Admiral's strongest move, absolutely no problem. The lava fruit is superior to the Mara fruit. Akainu Admiral will definitely break that guy's moves. The moment he saw Six Paths Tom spewing flames from his mouth. Everyone present has confirmed the fruit ability of Six Paths Tom. It is Logia's Mara fruit, after all, besides Mara fruit. They really can't think of any other reason. Let's explain Six Paths Tom's weird way of spitting flames out of his mouth. Not only the Marines are very optimistic about Akainu. All the top powerhouses present, at this moment, they are all thinking in their minds. After Akainu disintegrated Six Paths Tom's offensive. In what way? Give Six Paths Tom a fatal blow, but the next second. Just when everyone is delusional, booming bang, spawned in the collision of fire and lava. In extremely low density water vapor, Akainu looked at the lava engulfed in flames. While my heart is filled with emotion, his eyes were full of shock and fear. Open, are you kidding me? Too late to make other excessive actions. Akainu hurriedly evacuated, run to a safe area, and just as Akainu left. Six Paths Tom once again into the crowd, carry out unilateral slaughter. And those top powerhouses saw this, can't help frowning. But this time, they ignored Six Paths Tom as he charged into the crowd. Instead, concentrate on facing a giant fireball that is about to sweep over. Almost at the moment when the fireball destroyed the ice wall. Numerous strong men shot one after another, this barely blocked the fireball sprayed by Six Paths Tom. Looking back at the increasingly chaotic battlefield. Without waiting for these top powerhouses to react. Old Shaw hiding in the dark, used Sand Fruit's ability again. Push Six Paths Tom to the brink of battle, and at this moment. The long-awaited Whitebeard jumped up. The aperture wrapped around the fist expands rapidly. Like a small meteorite, throw it on the head of Six Paths Tom. Almost at the same time as Whitebeard's shot, the T-Pig, who is a person with the ability of soil fruit. Slap your palms on the ground, and use the fruit ability. Quickly lift the ground beneath Six Paths Tom. the equivalent of sending 6 paths Tom to Whitebeard. Looking at 6 paths Tom, who was thrown out by inertia, Whitebeard let out a roar. Next second, click, click, click. The sound of space rupture resounded instantly. The wind suddenly rises, carrying a palpitating terror pressure straight into the sky. Gu la la la. In the devilish laughter, Whitebeard looked at the struggling 6 paths Tom. He couldn't help but sneered aloud. Little devil, you asked for all of this. Die to Laozi. Under the huge white light cluster, 6 paths Tom still maintains that impassive paralyzed face, as if to disdain Whitebeard's ferocious offensive. Next moment, howling wind, the surrounding air is surging like a frenzy. A fierce, violent, like the tyrannical breath of a top predator breaking free from its cage, burst out of 6 paths Tom. Next, dazzling blue light illuminates the entire battlefield. Looking at the blue monster floating above Tom in 6 paths, everyone present couldn't help but thump in their hearts. Even breathing has become a lot faster. Don't wait for any reaction from the people present. Just listen to 6 paths Tom's icy voice ring out. Susano, this battlefield is handed over to you. Chapter 77 6 paths Tom. This is called 5-on-1, don't call me mean. Chapter 77 6 paths Tom. This is called 5-on-1, don't call me mean. Susano, this battlefield is handed over to you. A voice without a trace of emotion at the moment it sounded. A giant blue monster exuding wisps of fluctuations like a spirit body appeared in front of everyone's eyes. Looking at the blue monster more than 10 meters high, everyone present was shocked and puzzled. Then, what kind of monster is it, this unusual breath? What the hell is going on? 11 Don't wait for everyone to recover from their horror. On the dusty battlefield, Susano let out an earth-shattering roar. Next second, huge fists full of violence smashed down. At the same time, the careful Crane frowned slightly, pointing to 6 paths Tom's eyes, reminded, look in that guy's eyes. Although there are many people present, not many people have paid attention to Tom's eyes in 6 paths. But as reminded by Crane, there are still many strong people who have noticed something is wrong. As more and more people noticed 6 paths Tom's eyes, King Gigi suddenly sat up from the rock. He kept murmuring, Sharingan, that rascal, what are you going to do? King Gigi's voice is not loud, but it is still heard by many people. Although it is not clear what the Sharingan King Gigi is talking about. But, upon hearing the name of Haki, you know this trick is definitely not to be underestimated. However, reality is, 6 paths Tom didn't join the battle after switching to Sharingan. Although it is impossible to know what the purpose of this so-called Sharingan is. 073, but for everyone on the battlefield. But it is a rare good news, Gu la la la, magical laughter. Whitebeard pointed at Susano with calm yunky, loud voice mixed with a little excitement. Little ones, that guy must have been hurt by Laozi. The so-called Sharingan, it must be that guy's healing ability. We must not let that guy recover from his injuries. Cheer up Laozi. With Whitebeard's encouraging words sounding. The entire Whitebeard pirates crew was on steroids. Holding up the weapon in hand, shouted loudly, come on. Just kill this blue monster, that guy must have suffered more serious injuries. In excited shouts, a charge led by all members of the Whitebeard pirates attracted all the forces present to follow, however. Just when all members of the Whitebeard pirates had just rushed tens of meters, Susano, who was standing still, suddenly lower your arms. Next second, 2 particle lightsabers with blue fire appeared in front of everyone's eyes, without a moment's hesitation. All members of the Whitebeard pirates who were at the forefront, after seeing those 2-meter-long particle lightsabers, hastily stopped and subconsciously keep retreating. Then, what kind of monster is that, this guy? However, because of the sudden stop of the Whitebeard pirates, causing the rest of the faction members to follow. Because of the speed, there is no time to dodge. In the end, they all crashed into each other. See this situation. Whitebeard and all the powerhouses present were impatient. Damn it. Holy Figaland, hurry up and bring the Knights of God to stop that monster. See 5 elders actually want to protect those pirates by themselves? Figaland Saint was not happy immediately. He is the majestic Knights of the Gods. Have the supreme right to kill celestial dragons. So you ask me to save a bunch of minion pirates? Are you crazy, or am I crazy seeing the displeased look on the face of Saint Figaland? 5 elders coughed lightly, emphasize again, now those pirates have no time to stop that monster. If you don't act now, although it can bring a fatal blow to those pirates. But, don't forget, we are now grasshoppers tied to the same boat. If it's because of the actions of those idiots. As a result, the physical energy of that monster cannot be consumed. Wait for that stupid blue-haired cat to come over. The safety of your life and mine cannot be guaranteed. Although Sacred Heart of Figaland still resisted this order very much. Advertisement but seeing what the 5 elders said. He also has no room for multiple choices, so grit your teeth and stomp your feet. Glaring fiercely at 5 elders, immediately bring a group of members of the Knights of the Gods to charge over there. While the 5 elders were chatting with Saint Figaland, Susano will not give the opponent a chance to breathe. 2 particle lightsabers with blue light in their hands. In his hands, like 2 whips, throw it fiercely at the messy minions on the battlefield. The fierce winds split the air while making a series of crackling noises. The sound of roaring explosions is endless, just for a moment. Countless casualties were caused. Seeing this, Whitebeard and other strong men instantly burst into flames, immediately angrily yelled at five elders. The highest right of the world government, is this your attitude? Laozi is here desperately trying to survive, you Tima stabbed Laozi in the back? World government, if my mother's subordinates are all lost here, I promise I won't make it easier for you. Listening to the abuse sounded around. Five elders suddenly turned pale, if replaced by the previous. These guys, who dares to say such a thing in front of them? Damn Saint Figaland, if only the guy had done it earlier. Why are we so angry? The wrath of Whitebeard et al. Until the Knights of God took action, it gradually stopped. But Whitebeard has quieted down, but the trouble on the side of the Knights of God. But it has become unstoppable. Damn it, the Mirror Knight climbed up from the human-shaped pothole. Shocked blue monster. What the hell is that guy? How come you have so much strength? Mirror, don't be dazed. Come here and help. After struggling to block a blow from Susano, Saint Figaland quickly pull away tens of meters of body position. Looking at the six paths Tom who was besieged by Whitebeard and others in the distance. Saint Figaland couldn't help showing a hint of anger on his face. Damn pirates, leave the simple tidy up to yourself. And let's face this monster, you guys are really damned. Although aware of my own curses, Whitebeard et al. Are inaudible. But let Saint Figaland swallow this anger, then he is not Saint Figaland. At this time, Lao Sha hiding in the safe area, eyes fixed on six paths Tom wrapped in Susano's body. Good chance, I just don't know if I can get that guy. Get it out of that monster's body. With a plan in mind, Lao Sha didn't hesitate at all. An arc-shaped scimitar made of countless sands, with lightning speed. The moment you touch six paths Tom, turned into a pair of huge palms. Brutally will six paths Tom, pulled out of Susano's body. See this situation, Whitebeard and others call for a good opportunity. Not a moment's hesitation, Whitebeard once again condensed into a huge round body. Smash six paths Tom on the head without hesitation. But just as the Whitebeard mission was winning, next second, Whitebeard only felt his body tremble, as if there were a pair of invisible hands pinching his neck. Make it completely immobile, and the shockwave at the tip of his fist. It also disappeared in an instant, sudden accident. It made everyone present have strong doubts. What's up with that Whitebeard guy? Obviously he can kill that guy with one blow. Why? Whitebeard, what the hell are you doing? Why let that guy go? In the face of countless doubts, Whitebeard can't refute it even if he wants to. Because at this moment, he is not only unable to move his body, can't even make a sound, although only for a few seconds. But Whitebeard felt like he had gone to hell. Boom. With a loud bang, Whitebeard clutched his chest. Look at the eyes of six paths Tom with a little more subtlety. At the same time, he reminded, Million, don't look into that guy's eyes. That guy's eyes, before Whitebeard could finish his sentence. Kaido, who was thinking of a sneak attack, was blown away by six paths Tom. And it hit Whitebeard right on top of him, looking at the few people left in front of me. Six paths Tom just glanced, then set your sights on five elders. Hey, I just heard that, the highest right of the world government? Advertisement, what a nice name, at the same time as the voice landed. Six paths Tom's figure disappeared in place like lightning. When it reappears, has appeared before the five elders. Facing the sudden appearance of six paths Tom, five elders couldn't help but tremble. But before they could speak, just listen to six paths Tom speak first. It's amazing to have the guts to challenge me, but... Talking, six paths Tom glanced at the battlefield contemptuously. Sneered. Unfortunately, I can praise you, one. That's all there is left. At the same time as the voice landed, five elders seemed offended by six paths Tom's arrogance. Immediately took out the sword from his waist, while the breath is soaring. Fiercely throwing a radiant sword aura towards six paths Tom. It seems to have been aware of it long ago, the moment the five elders swung their swords. Six paths Tom responded quickly, disappeared in front of everyone like lightning again. Hello, isn't it too much for five people to beat up one person? It sounded like a joke begging for mercy, five elders snorted coldly. If you're willing to stop here, we can let you live. Besides, if you are willing to join the world government, our world government can give you everything you want. If you don't want to say yes, then the five of us will have to send you to hell. Faced with the five elders' response, six paths Tom sneered expressionlessly. Although it is a bit excessive, but 5-1. I'm not saying you're mean. Talking, six paths Tom makes a seal gesture. Continued. Just have fun, with the voice falling. Six paths Tom's feet on the ground, slowly emerged dozens of human bodies made of mud. When the human body is condensed and formed, dozens of human bodies condense from the soil. Transform into six paths Tom in no time, next second. Before the five elders could recover from the shock, the 25 clones quickly surrounded the five elders. That's called 5-on-1, don't call me mean. You are five elders. Looking at the 25 clones in front of me. Five elders looked livid, but six paths Tom didn't do it the first time. Instead, he continued. Alright, I ask a question. Should these clones use Susano? Which way is better? With the voice falling, before the 5 elders know what 6 paths Tom meant. Next moment, on top of the 25 doppelgangers, impressively appeared 25 Tao-like spirit bodies. A giant blue monster exuding wisps of waves. How come? Looking at the giant blue monster that appeared in front of you at 5.8. 5 elders' immediate reaction, just get out of this dangerous area quickly. However, now that you have already planned to make a move. Of course, 6 paths Tom will not show mercy, almost at the same time. 5 elders, all suffered from Susanoo's tyrannical offensive. In an instant, the storm is surging, 25 6 paths Tom clones. Without the slightest hesitation, like a cold humanoid machine. Launch an even more violent offensive against the 5 elders. And the 25 Susanoos were not idle, unscrupulous slaughter on the battlefield. Looking at the scene in front of me, Kong on the execution platform can't hold back anymore. Hurry down from the execution platform, if anything happens to the 5 elders here. The whole world will be plunged into unprecedented darkness. Seeing Saint Figaland, after cursing inwardly, lead the members of the Knights of the Gods to rush forward without thinking about their own lives. Redhead sees, my heart trembled, ignoring the enemy in front of me. Head straight for 6 paths Tom's clone, however. At this time, I don't know if it's because 6 paths Tom finds it too boring? Or do you want to resolve the battle directly, under the astonished eyes of the world? Float slowly into the air. King Gigi standing on the stone saw this. Immediately yelled. Hello, Shenluo Tianzheng. This joke is not funny at all, hey. Chapter 78 Shenluo Tianzheng shouted at his face, planetary devastation smashed it. Chapter 78 Shenluo Tianzheng shouts, planetary devastation smashes. Shenluo Tianzheng? What is that? I don't know. But by name alone, I knew it must be a very powerful thing. Hey, is this the time to discuss this? It's about time enough is enough. Know that Kaido-sama is fighting bloody battle. Looking at 6 paths Tom slowly rising into the sky. Although everyone present was somewhat puzzled, but facing those 25 clones. And the 26 Susanoo, even if they have the heart to think. I have no intention of stopping it. Damn B********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* Mera Fruit ability Awakener. What a fool you are. Do you think Mera Fruit can do this after awakening? Heard the reputation, catches the eye, it's 25 6 paths Tom clones. And 26 Susanoo, they're taking turns beating up a group of pirate captains. And a group of Marine Vice Admiral, Marshal at the Marine headquarters. Even the 5 elders, the highest power in the world government. Members of the Knights of God, even the prisoners who escaped from impelled down. Without exception, all were tortured by immorality. At the moment they blame it all on the 5 elders. Would have been a 6 paths Tom and a Susanoo, it's already giving them a headache. Now it's all right, because of guys like 5 elders. As a result, there is now a 6 paths Tom clone, or Susanoo. Some guys are even worse, not only to deal with 6 paths Tom. Still have to deal with Susanoo, for example, 5 elders and Whitebeard and other top powerhouses. It's basically a battle of 2, certainly, there's also no shortage of brave men with 1 against 3. And this kind of brave is also the hardest to be beaten. Damn 5 elders. What the hell did you say to that guy? George, 06 come and help me stop this guy. Marco, hold on, I'll be right there. Mama, help me. Father, back. Garp, you kid, don't lure that guy here. Commander Kong, why are you here? If I didn't come over, you would have been beaten to the ground long ago. Then Ace. What time is this? Let's get through the immediate crisis first. Looking at the chaotic and noisy battlefield, Tonks seemed a bit unable to stand this environment. After contacting Al, he took Cybertron and left the battlefield silently. Wangdal and King Gigi saw this, also arrived. Huang Deer intends to visit the legendary cat and mouse world. And King Gigi is simply trying to hide from 6 paths Tom. But not surprisingly, both were rejected by Tonks. The grown-up said, you still have unfinished tasks. When the task is completed, that adult will come to pick you up. 27 words fall, just when Tonks was about to leave. Slowly rising 6 paths Tom suddenly said, give up resistance. In the face of overwhelming force, nothing makes sense. This has been proved by that adult. You think you are the protagonist of this world. I also think that the protagonist is far from death. It is so superficial to be intoxicated in peace like this. If you kill someone, you will be killed. Hatred will bring the two together. Talking, 6 paths Tom looked disdainfully at the battered Marineford. Feel the pain, think about the pain, accept the pain, know the pain. He who does not understand pain cannot understand true peace. Just die like this, that Lord will create a brand new world. With 6 paths Tom's body shrinks in sight, under the influence of 6 paths Tom. The whole sky is like day, shine brightly, looking at everything in front of me. Everyone present couldn't help feeling a little ominous foreboding. In contrast Tonks, after seeing this scene, helplessly stroking his forehead. With a long sigh, this guy probably misunderstood the meaning of that adult. What a headache, don't worry about it, Senior Tonks. I can feel the terrifying aura emanating from that guy's whole body. If this move fails, I fear the whole of Marineford will be destroyed. As Huangdir's words sounded, King Gigi also echoed. Tonks, Think of a way. That guy went crazy. Even if you were strong, you can't stop it. Advertisement. It seems to have heard the words of King Gigi and Wandal. 5 elders' face sank. What followed was the uneasiness and anger hidden in my heart. Damn it. What's going on with these guys? Damn, didn't you say that you would not interfere in this war? Damn it. I knew it was a conspiracy. Looking at the shadows in the sky. Those prisoners from Impel Down, I can't help but feel extremely regretful at this moment. Finally escaped from Impel Down. As a result, I didn't even spend a day in style. Say goodbye to this world? This is worse than killing them. Damn, if I knew this, I might as well wait to die in Impel Down. Give up resistance. Even the strong in that forest are afraid. Then is there any chance of us surviving? Damn 5 elders? Even if Laozi is a ghost, he won't let you go, compared to the bad mentality of those prisoners in Impel Down. Whitebeard pirates, red hair pirates, BIGMOM pirates, beasts pirates, golden lion pirates, most of the strong players who came out of Impel Down. All the knights of God, the Shichibukai who are still alive. Marine headquarters full strength. At this moment, they are all planning to use up the last bit of strength in their bodies. Also block this move, at the same time, as this scene plays out. People all over the world can't stand it anymore. Is the Marine headquarters really going to be destroyed? Why did things turn out like this? What are those guys trying to do? Didn't you agree not to interfere in this war? And for these voices of discussion? Six Paths Tom is totally out of it, in his eyes at this moment. Only one thing, that is to destroy the whole world. Let that adult recreate a new world, with this idea in mind. Above the Marineford battlefield, looking at the ants-like existence below. A cold voice without a trace of emotion suddenly sounded. Feel the pain, Shenluo Tianzheng, with Six Paths Tom's voice down. The dazzling glare lights up the whole world like daylight. Don't dare to slack off, Whitebeard holds Kong Yunki. Suddenly, a huge depression was stepped on the ground. While the momentum of the whole body is soaring, blue veins crawled from both arms to the whole body like a python. See this situation, the Redhead is not to be outdone. While taking a step forward, quickly pull out the supreme sharp knife griffin from your waist. God avoids, while the voice sounded, violent, brutal. The top predators rushed out of the cage like a terrifying aura soaring into the sky. Immediately afterwards, the crimson flames seemed to be alive. Quickly wrap from the arm to the body of the sword. Mamama. Amid morbidly maniacal laughter, the ant's figure flickers. Like a scarlet lightning, it is full of violent, vicious and terrifying aura. Prometheus with crimson flames all over his body. Showing a fierce expression soaring into the sky. Next moment, the space within a radius of tens of meters. Under the scorching heat, make a crisp crackling sound when burning charcoal. Zip, zip, zip. The sharp and piercing electric sound exploded in midair. Zeus, with a ferocious face, followed closely behind the ant. Take a look. Kaido hovering in midair took a big breath. Like a giant beast swallowing heaven and earth, it caused the space in all directions to collapse. Next moment, the air is undercurrent, fiery red light filled with violence. Continuously condensing and compressing in Kaido's mouth. Garp stomps the ground, the majestic force will trample the earth into a huge depression. The burly figure is fleeting in midair, scattering the air like lightning. Go straight to Six Paths Tom high above the sky and charge away. Bullet stared frantically at the black shadow in the sky. The cells in the whole body seem to be boiling at this moment. The strong desire to fight is even more straight to the forehead. Akainu looked livid, covered in hot lava, it caused the ground with a radius of tens of meters to make a scorching sound. Looking at the shadows in the sky, Akainu did not hesitate. Raise your hands now, like a human fortress, unleash countless lava fists. Kizaru flashed through the air, innumerable dazzling golden lights. Charge and kill from bottom to top like a rain of swords. In an instant, the air is as if frozen, Aokiji let out a hot breath. Next second, a huge semicircular igloo like a fortress. Wrap up the whole Marineford, advertisement members of the Knights of God. Shichibukai, captains of the Whitebeard pirates. Officers of the Red Hair pirates, the 3 generals of BIGMOM pirates and their children. Beasts pirates 3 plagues and volley 6 sons. Marine Vice Admiral including Sengoku, alternate Admiral, Marshal. Commander-in-Chief Kong, all members of the Blackbeard pirates. Other prisoners escaped from Impel Down. At this moment, they all showed their strongest move. Defensive, there is an attack. It can be said that the entire Marineford has to be fully armed. All kinds of tricks appear frequently, merged in midair. Collision. While generating new capabilities, it also raised the power to a new level. With the advent of Shenluo Tianzheng, within 100 miles of space. It seems that they can't support this terrifying blow. Serious twists gradually occur, next second, like the fiery red light of an exploding star. The moment when it collides with countless moves in midair. The space in the Marineford area at this time, like a cutting machine meeting a giant tree. Ruthlessly crushing everything into granular froth. Finally dissipated in midair as if nothing had happened. Next moment, Kaido's expression changed suddenly. Hairs all over the body, a great sense of crisis is like a tide. Colliding with every nerve cell in his body, Kaido is not the only one who feels this way. It is not even an exaggeration to say, almost the entire Marineford battlefield. Except King Gigi and those guys, everyone was shocked by this shocking blow. Combine the skills and moves of all top experts, the next moment when it was smashed into pieces. Like the explosion of a nuclear bomb, a wave of terror enveloped the entire range of hundreds of miles, Aokiji's semicircular protective cover made of ice cubes. It also became rising water vapor within a few breaths. With blinding flashes of light, it's just a matter of a few breaths. When everyone 467 has overcome the storm and opened their eyes. The huge Marineford battlefield, at this point, it has become a desolate place. In addition to dead debris, they are the only ones who are still alive. The iconic building of the Marine headquarters, also under Tom's Shinra in 6 paths, turned into nothingness. Everyone fell into silence for a moment. It seems that he has not recovered from the shock. And then there was silence, and this world, almost at the same time as the Shenluo Tianzheng spread to the surroundings. People all over the world are holding their breath. It's as if all the cells in my body have stopped working. Until a few seconds later, people who have recovered from the shock. Like a repeater, repeated over and over, 47. Amazing, amazing, although the words are repeated. But the tone of speech is climbing up step by step. It didn't stop until the sound broke, at the same time. Marine soldiers and pirates who survived death hug each other with tears of joy. It seems that he is glad that he is still alive. What a horrible guy. I don't want to go through this again in my life. The feeling of walking through the gate of hell. Too bad. Hearing the cheers ringing in my ears. Those top powerhouses don't dare to slack off at this moment. Because, after parrying a horrific blow from 6 paths Tom, they didn't notice that 6 paths Tom's breath was down. On the contrary, it is soaring upwards with the trend of riding a rocket. And this soaring breath, it is equivalent to giving to all the top powerhouses present. Send a very dangerous signal. That rascal, isn't it over yet? Sengoku raised his head. There is a little surprise mixed in the doubtful tone. It stands to reason, such large-scale skills and moves. After using it, it will inevitably fall into a short-term loss of strength. However, 6 paths Tom did not lose the slightest performance. On the contrary, it is stronger than before, while everyone is staring at 6 paths Tom. 6 paths Tom is watching them too. Isn't it dead yet? What a tough guy. Words fall, behind Tom in 6 paths. Gradually emerges a Susanoo with a skeleton, with 6 paths Tom making a seal movement. Susanoo standing behind her, also make a seal action. Planetary devastation, Chapter 79 next, what should you do with the second one? Chapter 79 next, what should you do with the second one? Is that a lie? Isn't it over yet? Is this guy coming again? Another blow. Marineford will be destroyed. It seems to perceive the terrifying breath of 6 paths Tom's rising. The marine soldiers and pirates who were still on the verge of death. At this moment, everyone is ashamed. The strength of hundreds of thousands of people, combined with the power of dozens of top experts. It's just enough to block the blow, turned out to be just hors d'oeuvres? Is this guy really planning to swear not to give up until we kill all of us? What kind of monster is that guy? It breathes fire again and summons clones and blue monsters again. Can we alone really beat that guy? Some of the prisoners who escaped from impelled down. It seems that they are planning to give up resistance. At this time, 6 paths Tom, in their eyes, like a god who can never be defeated. However, compared to those decadent guys, with Whitebeard as the representative of the top pirates. At this moment, it is getting more and more courageous. Like getting P******* D off by 6 paths Tom, the appearance of that bald monster. Just to kill off their hostility towards Beechburg in that forest. It does not mean that they will give up their lives lightly. After all, rabbits will bite when they are in a hurry. Brother, what about them? Gu la la la, in the devilish laughter. Whitebeard shook Kong Yunki tightly in his hand. Shouting while holding it high, little ones, I'm cheering up Laozi. This is not a place to bury us. Mama. Aunt opened her big mouth and exhaled hot air. Protruding veins on the forehead, as if he was about to fight to the death with 6 paths Tom. Shouted angrily. Little ones, hold your head up for my old lady. A mere stinky cat scares you like this, do not make jokes. In rage, Kaido held the mace on his shoulders while releasing the invisible coercion. Kaido stared at the blue phantom gradually emerging from 6 paths Tom. And those men on his ship, there also seems to be absolutely no need for Kaido to say nonsense bullshit. Know that the purpose of Beast's pirates is to, only the strong deserve to survive. Compared to Beast's pirates, the atmosphere here at Red Hair Pirates is quite subtle. Boss, the moves like just now, how many times do you think that guy can release at most? Have no idea, but a terrible attack like that. Shouldn't let it go too far. Looking at the 6 paths Tom who was doing strange movements in the sky. Garp couldn't help feeling a little curious, although I don't know what that action does. But the only thing that is certain is that, every time that guy finishes that strange action, they will be in a very passive situation. Why'd I feel like the movement of a ninja seal? Could that guy be a ninja? Idiot mirror, which ninja have you seen with such pervert abilities? Indeed, we haven't killed ninjas before, but not as powerful as that guy. Assuming all the ninjas we've ever encountered were human beings. Then that guy has already surpassed the scope of human beings. Is a ninja but not ninjas in the human category. This is the conclusion reached by the Knights of God after a brief exchange. However, compared to this wording, they still prefer to be collectively referred to as monsters. 5 Elders is also very recognized for this, but now they. I'm not in the mood to worry about this, looking at the rubble that keeps drifting into the air. An ominous premonition suddenly came to my heart. What is that guy going to do? I don't know, it's better to be careful. A smile standing not far behind 5 Elders, under the perception of color of knowledge. There was a look of bewilderment on his face. A large number of powerful opponents appeared inexplicably before. It already made him a little confused about the status quo. Afterwards, during the Shenluo Tianzheng, it also depends on the reactions of those around you. And the knowledgeable Haki took corresponding measures in time. However now, feeling countless gravels floating in the air. And the coercion emanating from the invisible that has been suspended in the air. This makes a smile can't help frowning. I can't help but feel an ominous feeling in my heart. That rascal. What kind of monster is it? Fire, avatar, chi, manipulation of gravity, although it is not clear what the current situation is. But all in all it was pretty bad, gee ha ha ha. At this time, advertisement the Golden Lion's loud laughter suddenly resounded. Looking at the rubble floating in the air, Golden Lion didn't hesitate at all. Throw out the sword energy straight up, while smashing the huge boulder that was about to condense. Manipulate those rubble with lion fruit's powers. Try to reverse manipulate those rubble. After all, he is also a lion fruit ability user. This type of attack method can be described as very familiar. However, to the surprise of Golden Lion, the moment he crushed those gravels. The gravel seemed to come alive in the next second of crushing. Gathered together at a speed visible to the naked eye. Just 2 blinks of an eye, a giant stone ball equivalent to half the size of Marineford Island. It suddenly appeared in front of my eyes, after seeing the giant stone ball. The smile on Golden Lion's face just got stronger. Gee ha ha ha. I really didn't expect your moves to be so simple. In that case, then let Laozi break your ridiculous blow. Talk off. Golden Lion stretches out his right arm. Make a fist movement. Try to manipulate that boulder with Lion Fruit's ability to attack 6 paths Tom. But the next second, a trace of cold sweat broke out on Golden Lion's forehead. Damn. What the hell is going on? While saying these words, Golden Lion's whole body began to tremble violently. As if in an invisible space, colliding with some indescribable force. Just for a moment, Golden Lion's whole body was soaked in sweat. Damn, 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 what power is stopping me? See Golden Lion, the lion fruit ability user can't control that boulder. As members of the Golden Lion Pirates, can't help showing an incredible expression. To know, Golden Lion's lion fruit controls several islands comparable to this stone ball at the same time. It's all easy stuff, Governor. Shut up, Laozi is not down yet. Golden Lion roared angrily, raise your arms above your head. But no matter how hard he tried, still out of control. Seems like the Golden Lion will only growl, without being able to do anything useful. Whitebeard, who was standing not far away, gave a cold snort of disdain. What a waste. Let Laozi shake this shit into dust. After all, Whitebeard doesn't hold back either, while the terrifying breath is rising steadily. The flickering circle of light on the tip of the fist is also rapidly expanding. Next second, when the momentum reaches its peak, Whitebeard rose abruptly, jump up, in an instant, the storm surged. The surrounding space is like shattering, make a deafening crack. Looking at Whitebeard soaring into the sky, all members of the Whitebeard pirates clenched their fists subconsciously. Seems to be rooting for Whitebeard, after all, it can easily set off a tsunami. And the shock fruit that destroys the island, if only a stone ball cannot be shattered. Then Whitebeard doesn't deserve the title of world's strongest man. However, next second, looking at the giant stone ball without cracks. In the hearts of all present, can't help but shrouded in a haze of panic. This? Are you kidding? Hey, father's strongest blow couldn't break that boulder? Looking at the falling figure, Marco's face is full of disbelief. The rest of the strong saw this, my heart can't help but set off a stormy sea. A boulder that even Whitebeard can't break, things are getting serious. No wonder that guy is so confident, damn it, it's too late to escape the attack range now. What should I do? Gather everyone's strength again. That's a good idea. After a short discussion, this method was also approved by everyone present. With a plan, Kizaru, one of the Marine 3 admirals, quickly converts the body into particles. While rushing into the air, countless dazzling lasers go straight into the sky. Seeing this, Akainu also turned into a humanoid cannon again. Aokiji still condensed a semicircular barrier above the crowd. Undeterred Whitebeard, after uttering an angry growl. At the tip of the supreme sword, condensed a more impotent terrifying light group. The red-haired eyes are cold, while the breath is rising steadily. An invisible and terrifying coercion burst out, Mama. Advertisement in morbid laughter, Big Mom is holding Napoleon. Stepping on Zeus and Prometheus, take the lead in charging towards the boulder. Seeing this, Kaido snorted coldly, the dissatisfied tone is full of disdain. A mere broken stone, do you want to gather everyone's strength? It's ridiculous, dissatisfaction is dissatisfaction. But Kaido did not choose to be bad, instead, condense the strength of the whole body on the mace. Sengoku and Garp looked at each other without any verbal communication. A golden giant Buddha condenses shockwaves on the tip of his fist. One rose abruptly, concentrate all the power of the gods on the tip of the fist. See this situation, Bullet sneered, under the ability of combined fruit. Condensed into a giant monster more than 50 meters high. While covering the whole body with armament hockey. Trying to smash the broken stone with one punch, I really don't know how long this farce will last. I don't know how long my old bones can last, Rayleigh shook his head slightly. Jump up while drawing your saber, although I can't see what happened. But in terms of knowledge and the reactions of people around, Yishao seems to have sensed the coming of the crisis. Gravity knife tiger, roaring, a smile accumulates gravity on the knife. Almost at the same time as he swung the knife with a smile. All the powerhouses present also used their strongest moves. Instantly, stormy, the whole space let out bursts of mourning like tearing apart. Next second, accompanied by countless explosions. And the terrifying airwaves spread around. The hearts of all the people present also reached their throats. Looking at the unscathed boulder in the smoke and dust. 5 elders couldn't help but thump in their hearts. Are you kidding me? Why can't that boulder be crushed in this way? This moment, great panic spreads like a plague on the battlefield. Those timid marine soldiers and pirates, it's like the end of the world right now. Kneeling down on the ground with a plop, the broken eyes are full of despair and fear. What's more, there are some strong guys who don't have enough psychological quality. He just slumped on the ground and passed out, looking at the scene in front of me. Even strong men like Whitebeard, it seems a little helpless at the moment. What the hell did that guy do? Why gather the strength of all? Can't break that broken stone. Father, what shall we do now? Mama, can we make it? But at this moment, the unwilling Bullet quickly condensed gravel to expand his body. Li Nujiao, while reaching the critical point, Bullet lets out an angry growl. Next, the huge body is under the control of Bullet, forcibly blocking the trajectory of the boulder falling. The people present saw this, there is a strong desire to survive and fight in the eyes. Little ones, cheer up Laozi, never die here. While the voice sounded, Whitebeard jumped up, blocked under the giant with a tiny body. Garp and Sengoku look at each other, without the slightest hesitation. Break through the air like lightning and follow Whitebeard. Seeing this, all the experts including the 5 elders also gritted his teeth, use your body to block under the boulder. Although this behavior is very stupid, but beyond the present. There is no better way, if this method is not used. In less than 10 seconds, this boulder will fall on top of them. As more and more strong players make their moves. The speed at which the boulder slowly descends under the powerful thrust. It works, a smile appeared on Golden Lion's face. The momentum of the whole body explodes instantly. Seeing this situation, the rest of the strong his complexion also improved a little bit. At least it turns out that this approach is correct. Just gather all the strength of everyone present. You will be able to smash this broken stone away. With this in mind Yang, those strong people don't hold back anymore. Looking at the slowly rising boulder, Tom of 6 paths standing above couldn't help but sneer. What a group of tenacious fellows. Next. What are you going to do with the second one? Chapter 80 Great Horror, the power of 6 paths comes. Chapter 80 Great Terror, the power of 6 paths comes. Next. What are you going to do with the second one? The moment the indifferent voice without a trace of emotion sounded. The top powerhouses who are resisting the boulder can't help but tremble. One was too much to resist. Want another one? What about trouble? While everyone was panicking about this, Whitebeard burst into laughter and said, Gee you la la la. What a bunch of idiots. Don't forget that it takes time for that guy to condense these stones. As long as we can push this stone ball away before then, the guys below will have enough time to evacuate. Wen Yan, everyone thinks this is a great idea. The time it takes to condense into a complete stone. Enough for those marine soldiers and pirates to flee. As for them, as long as this giant stone ball can be pushed away, then there is 90% certainty, escape to safety before the second stone ball falls. However, just when everyone's energy is at its peak. Just hear a bang, a giant boulder of the same volume. From time to time, quietly appear in the sight of the world. Next second, the giant stone ball smashed through the surrounding clouds. Make a series of loud noises, before everyone recovered from the shock. The terrible gravity is transmitted to all the bodies through the stone ball. Just for a moment, Whitebeard's veiny arms began to tremble violently. Damn it, how did that guy do it? To know, they are always watching the gravel on the ground. Don't dare to slack off, but the gravel on the ground obviously didn't move at all. Then this giant stone ball with the same volume, where did it come from? Equivalent to the doubts of the people as a gravitational fruit capable user. Now frowning, the slightly dignified vibrato is full of disbelief. That rascal, it's a meteorite summoned from the sky. The sound of a laugh is not too loud, but it exploded in everyone's hearts like a thunderbolt. Are you kidding me? From the time the guy said that sentence until now? No more than a minute in total, even if it is summoned from the sky, plus cohesion time. It shouldn't be so fast, unless he's already figured everything out. Think of this, everyone was shocked, however, too late to make any reaction. Next second. the terrible gravity produced by the collision of two giant stone balls. While conveying to everyone's body, the roaring explosion sounded in response. Boom, the terrible impact is like four sharp blades. Cleave the huge boulder below, in a series of roaring explosions. The giant stone ball below exploded under the terrifying impact. What happens? Run. 11 For a while, everyone under the stone ball seemed to see some kind of great terror. Run as hard as you can to escape to the safe area. But before they escaped safely, the loud noise that shakes the sky and the earth rolls up waves of terrifying air. Blow everything out of Marineford, bang, like a magnitude 9 earthquake. The entire Marineford island was under a strong impact. Instantly split in half. All of a sudden, the whole world seems to have fallen into a dead silence. Everyone gasped after seeing this scene, while the spine is chilling. It was as if a pair of invisible hands had grabbed their throats. It made everyone watching this scene breathless, long. When all the dust falls to the ground with a terrified cry. The whole world exploded like boiling water. What the hell happened? How on earth did that guy do it? Isn't this too scary? The supreme power of the world government and those marines and great pirates. Wouldn't it be all dead like this? It's over? It's all over. If those guys are all dead, then the order of this world will also collapse. The era of great chaos is coming. 27 For a while. Great fear is like a plague, centered on Marineford. Spread quickly to the whole world. Advertisement at the same time. Saboti Islands. Looking at the giant stone ball covered by half of Marineford in Admiral. Known as the supernovae of the era of extreme evil. At this moment, my heart is already filled with fear. No. How can we fight against that kind of monster? One Piece? As long as those monsters exist, so what if I become a GFH, One Piece? Before the monsters, we are like ants ready to be trampled to death. New world, on some unknown island, looking at the bursts of sonic boom bursts rolled up in the picture. Shaki couldn't help feeling tense, anxious tone full of worry. This is not true. Rayleigh, you guys are all right. 27 Knowing that Rayleigh couldn't respond at all. But how can Shaki control so much of the moment? Shouting Rayleigh's name over and over again, at the same time. Mysterious realm. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Create the character, Cat and Mouse World, 6 Paths Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get +1 mysterious points. Close black lens bracket. Creating the legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the people of the world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tonks, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Habitually glanced at the information prompt for obtaining mysterious points. Looking at the information prompt that is rapidly skyrocketing. Al didn't sense anything was wrong. After all, 6 Paths Tom's strength. But he has set the highest one so far, even if only strong. In front of 6 Paths Tom who is hanging out, there is only one who is crushed. Just hope that guy doesn't go too far. Think of this. The Gigi King of Al's subconscious liaison, after seeing King Gigi appearing in the space station. Al brow. Without asking too much, Al turns his eyes straight to 6 Paths Tom. Looking at the raised Marineford and that giant stone sphere that stands right in the middle of Marineford. The corner of Al's mouth twitched, even without witnessing what happened. But the light from which destroys traces and the giant stone ball. Al already figured it out. Good guy, Shenluo Tianzheng? Planetary devastation? Is 6 Paths Tom playing this hard? Although aware of the severity of the battle, but Al didn't show too many strange emotions. To know characters in the pirate world, that's like unlocking a bloodlock. Except for Kuina who fell to his death from the supreme fast ladder earlier. Almost no one died in the world of pirates, especially those monsters standing at the top of the world. Even if the 7 orifices bleed from the beating. That's a good time to cultivate. To this end, Al didn't think 6 Paths Tom was in this form. Can kill those guys, and the fact is exactly as Al expected. After the dust settles together, those strong men were smashed into the ground by huge stones. Like mushrooms after the rain, one after another, they emerge from the ground. The first to appear, it is the few strong ones who have the ability of Lobia fruit. After all, physical damages to these guys can't do any damage at all. On the other hand, those who are not Lobia capable. And the strong of pure body art, even if my life is saved. But it also suffered heavy casualties, looking at the blood all over. And out of breath Whitebeard, the corner of Lao Shaw's mouth couldn't help raising a vicious smile. Although he really wanted to take this opportunity to kill Whitebeard. But in the face of a common enemy, Lao Shaw still restrained the thoughts in his heart. Phew. It feels so good to be alive. Blackbeard wiped the sweat from the crown of his head. Then laugh out loud, although dark fruit is a Lobia fruit. However, it cannot be elementalized, on the contrary, it will cause the ability user to suffer double damage. If not at the last moment, a group of men helped him out. I'm afraid Blackbeard will pass out from the pain and die of suffocation, but before Blackbeard is happy, George, who narrowly escaped from the giant circle, smashed the air like a Tyrannosaurus in a series of gas explosions. Facing George, who was charging at high speed, Blackbeard didn't even have time to react. He was blown away by the terrifying impact force. As the saying goes, enemies are extremely jealous when they meet. Whitebeard pirates, red hair pirates, advertisement. Impel down all prisoners, all Marine HQ staff, the highest power of the world government. The moment I saw Blackbeard, suddenly blinded by hatred. Teach. If it wasn't for you bloody B*********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** sinner in this world, just when everyone was pointing the finger at Blackbeard's. At the same time, Six Pads Tom high above, he praised without hesitation. To survive the blow, you have my approval, with the sound of the voice. Everyone present couldn't help frowning. 5 elders stare unkindly at Six Pads Tom. The harsh tone is filled with endless anger. What else do you want? Are you really going to kill us all? If that's the case? Before the 5 elders had finished speaking, Six Pads Tom waved his hand lightly. Disdainfully said, even if I wanted to kill you all with my hands. What can you do with me? Beat me. Stop making such silly jokes. It's great to get my approval. When Yan, everyone present couldn't help but burst into a wave of nameless anger. But no matter how angry you are, still no one dared to step forward and shout. After all, what Tom of Six Pads said is true, a mere endorsement. It is an attack of the destroying island level, facing this monster. No matter how hard you try, you can't win, a long time. It seems that I really can't stand Six Pads Tom's arrogant attitude. Shepherd X Peter Street, known as the god of agriculture. With a gloomy face, he said in a deep voice, since your purpose is not to kill us all. Then why don't you leave this battlefield, facing the questioning of Shepherd X Peter Street? Six Pads Tom did not respond immediately. Instead, he walked slowly towards the direction of the crowd. At the same time, he said, no, there's a technique I want to try. The space station is empty. It will be more ornamental only if it is used in a crowded place. Talking, all hands folded, Six Pads Tom. Seeing this, everyone retreated one after another. Because they've figured out how Six Pads Tom plays. As long as Six Pads Tom Gian, that means Six Pads Tom is going to do some weird stuff again. Open black lens bracket wood style birth of the tree realm. Close black lens bracket while saying this sentence. Countless giant vines seemed to come alive. The moment it broke through the surface, it rushed straight towards the crowd. Without a moment's hesitation, Akainu as Marine Admiral quickly lavas himself. The rest of the powerhouses also used their strongest moves one after another. Although Six Pads Tom's move seems very vicious. But compared to the previous 2 moves, this so-called wood-style birth of the tree realm seems a bit out of place. But even this ordinary warlock, it also took a lot of time for everyone present to solve it. Looking at the people covered in scars, Six Pads Tom with his arms around him. I still want to try a few more techniques, 11, but it looks like you can't move. Seemingly sensing the anger on everyone's faces, Six Pads Tom snorted coldly. What's your expression? Don't you understand the gap between us? As soon as the voice fell to the ground, the figure of Kizaru, across tens of meters like lightning, appear on top of Tom in Six Pads. However, just when everyone thought Kizaru was going to win. But seeing Six Pads Tom gently raised his hand, Kizaru was stopped without a hitch. Waiting for an opportunity to launch an attack when the opponent firmly believes that he will win. King Gigi has already overused this trick, talk off. Six Pads Tom's pupils shattered like mirrors, looking at this scene. Everyone can't help but gasp, I call it a monster in my heart. After all, they've never seen an eye that shatters on its own. However, next second, don't wait for everyone to recover from their horror. Six Pads Tom's flowing blue hair is gradually replaced by white like floating flowers. Wearing red armor, it also turned into strands of debris and dissipated in midair. Accompanied by dozens of dark orbs condensed behind Six Pads Tom. A palpitating and terrifying coercion, it also rushed towards us like a torrent of waves. Look again, dressed in black and white, holding a black scepter. Six Pads Tom with several black balls behind him. Appeared in front of everyone's eyes. Chapter 81 I am. The blow to destroy the island, did you raise your hand and hit back? Chapter 81 I am. The blow to destroy the island, you raised your hand and hit back? Sanctuary Marijoy. Between flowers, when Six Pads Tom in Six Pads form appears on the screen. In Im's frosty eyes, a flash of intense fear flashed. As the unheard of strong men increase, Im's mentality has also undergone a subtle change. Especially when seeing that 5 elders can't fight against Six Pads Tom tilde. M thought to herself, do you want to use the weapon developed by Vegapunk? Now Six Pads form Six Pads Tom appears. IM also has a clear answer in his heart. Through the flowers, IM came to the void throne with heavy steps. It was intended to be used when that guy appeared again. But now, forget it, the Marine HQ is gone and can be rebuilt. 5 elders are dead and can be exchanged. The Knights of God disappeared and can be re-established. As long as you can kill that guy, it doesn't matter anymore. In cold and majestic words, filled with killing intent for Six Pads Tom. With the voice falling to the ground, M sits on the void throne. Next second, the terrifying aura like a waking prehistoric beast disperses wantonly. It caused the sharp sword under the void throne to shake violently. Send the order down, Shadow, while the Beechburg guys are out. Go and destroy Beechburg. As for Marineford, after today, just wipe it off the world map. With Im's cold voice sounding, the shadow hidden in the darkness received the command. Without the slightest hesitation, disappeared in the darkness like a pool of liquid. At the same time, Mysterious Realm, from Six Paths Tom's perspective. L looks at Six Paths Tom in Six Paths form, the corner of my mouth can't help but twitch. This guy, I really like messing around. Shaking his head helplessly, Al then exits Six Paths Tom's perspective. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points 2,648,711. Close black lens bracket routinely check the current balance. Al is very decisive in the system mull, bought a character material X3 item. Congratulations to host for getting material character X3. Beechburg World Character Material, Squidward. Go Shang Ling World Character Material, Macau Monkey. Gushang Ling World Character Material, King Gigi. Glanced roughly, after seeing the character material without Tom. Al then on the material converter, transform it into a designated character. Open black lens bracket congratulations to host for getting the character material Tomcat. Close black lens bracket. The next second after the system pop-up window pops up. Al very skillfully opened the creation page, material role, Tomcat. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket, as the work of legend making begins. Six Paths Tom is also in his strongest form, Six Paths form. Looking at the white-haired cat whose breath is soaring in front of him. Everyone present couldn't help but subconsciously step back. What kind of weird situation is this? I don't know. But I know the current situation is not good for us. Didn't you just change your clothes and dye your hair? It is estimated that his strength is not much different from his previous one. By the way, isn't that guy really demon fruit power? If it wasn't for the demon fruit power, what's the situation with this weird shape? Nonsense is almost enough. Let's discuss how to deal with this guy. Listening to Cao Jay's voice, Six Paths Tom just sneered. The correct answer has not been published, after all, in Six Paths Tom's mind. None of the guys in front of me can escape from his hands. To this, Six Paths Tom can't be bothered to talk so much to this group of guys. Just simply said, just accept it, I am invincible in this form. And suicide is your best choice, because there is no need to feel pain. Facing such arrogant words from Six Paths Tom, Whitebeard couldn't help but rage, since those goddamn guys from Beechburg showed up. As the strongest man in the world, he has never been tough once. Either being beaten or on the way to be beaten, how could the proud Whitebeard stand it? Plus the current Whitebeard pirates, except for those few cadres. Advertisement all are dead, wounded, it's like dying in name only. And, even Ace was under 2 massive attacks, gone. Now is life or death, Whitebeard doesn't have a letter either. Damn B*********************************** D. Whitebeard took a sudden step forward holding Kong Yunki. A far more terrifying aura surged into the sky like a torrent. Marco sees, anxious in his heart, he hastily shouted. Papa, stop, based on your current physical condition. It can't support the power brought by the fruit awakening. As Marco's voice fell, the collective cadres of the Whitebeard pirates also spoke out. Dad, stop now. With your current physical condition, you can't go on tormenting any longer. Stop it, Dad. You will die like this, however, under the dissuasion of the captains of the various teams, Whitebeard. But it looks very violent. Shut up, Laozi. If Laozi doesn't use the power of fruit awakening again. You all have to die here, go back to the sea. Leave it to me here, 11 as Whitebeard's words sounded. Everyone in the Whitebeard pirates couldn't help but tremble. But before they speak again, it was interrupted mercilessly by Whitebeard. Get out, Laozi, this war is not for you to participate in. Remember, you must find that guy Ace, D's will needs to be inherited by him. Looking at Whitebeard's back, everyone present seemed to be infected. The fire of war that was about to be extinguished in my heart was ignited again. Maman Tilda. In a morbid and maniacal laugh, Big Mom's arms puffed up like a heavy machine restarting. A hideous vein spread from the arm to the top of the head. Prometheus and Zeus stepping on their feet, it seems to feel the madness of the ant. His expression gradually became terrifying and ferocious. Instantly, the wind suddenly rises, carrying a palpitating terror pressure straight into the sky. Caw, the space between forms seems to become the substance. Cracked out a series of ferocious cracks, the violent wind blows all around. Ant opened her mouth wide open, his eyes are extremely cold. It was as if the entire space was about to be frozen. It's really exciting. Whitebeard, Ant 4 Emperors let out a sigh of relief. Like a bloodthirsty beast overlooking its prey, the tyrannical breath burst out of her body. At the same time, black mist is constantly emerging from the body. Next, the black mist surrounding the body gradually turned into substance. Wrap around the fist along the arm, a hot flame burst out from the scarlet eyes. When the voice landed, Big Mom's powerful body like a tyrannosaur jumped up. Raise a howling wind, leaves a huge depression in the ground. Worororo. Kaido looked away. Throw away the dented mace in your hand. While growing in stature, a surge of terrifying aura erupted from the body. The howling wind is howling. There was a series of violent explosions in the air. Kaido in the blue dragon form soars into the sky. Hovering and flying in the sky, sending out a palpitating dragon chant. Next moment, Kaido hovering in the air suddenly opened his bloody mouth. Hot and terrifying airwaves gushed out of his mouth like a high-pressure water gun. Sengoku's eyes turned cold, a giant golden Buddha statue full of holy breath like a holy Buddha. Tom overlooking 6 paths condescendingly, 5 elders looked at each other one after another. At the moment I also know that if I no longer use the ability to awaken the fruit, that will definitely fall in this battlefield, even if they are very unwilling to expose their strength like this. But the situation has gotten to this point, next second. The terrifying coercion of Wu Dao far surpassed all the people present soaring into the sky. Immediately afterwards, 5 strange species like monsters appeared in front of everyone, inside news of the world. Looking at the 5 monster figures appearing in the screen, Morgans clenched his fists excitedly. Human fruit, phantasmal beast, druid form. 0. Seeking flowers. Advertisement, snake fruit phantom beast species 3-legged golden toad form. Niu fruit, phantasmal beast, minotaur form. Human fruit phantom beast species Otengu form. Bird fruit phantom beast species phoenix form. It's the rarest in the world, and the most powerful 5 devil fruits. I've been looking forward to it for 20 years. Finally let me see you again. While Morgans was ready to be excited. Marineford's field, more and more experts who have awakened the ability of devil fruit. At this moment, I no longer choose to hide. After all, Marineford is gone now. There is no need to hide anymore. The reason why the ability of devil fruit was not used before. Mainly because I am afraid of so many strong men. If both release the power of devil fruit awakening at the same time, Marineford can't stand it, but now there is no worries. No matter how much you release all your strength, there is nothing left to destroy, no matter how messed up. There are still so many damn people, instead of waiting to die with regrets like this. How about a final showdown with 6 paths Tom? The momentum is very good. But it's not up to the standards I recognize, with a commentary tone. 6 paths Tom flicked his wrist, yet it is this tiny movement. But let everyone think that 6 paths Tom is going to seal again. Shivering with fright, he took a step or two behind him again and again. However, Tom just flexed his wrist when he saw 6 paths. The roar accumulated in Whitebeard's heart suddenly rushed to his head. Damn brat. Die to Laozi, the moment the voice hits the ground. Whitebeard holds the supreme sharp knife Kong Yunki. Leap, head towards 6 paths Tom like a tiger, mama. While the slightly crazy laughter sounded, the powerful body of the 4 Emperor's ant jumped up like a tyrannosaur. Raise a howling wind, the energy under my feet exploded. Leaves a huge depression in the ground. Launch a deadly sneak attack on 6 paths Tom's back. Above the clouds, Kaido's eyes suddenly change. There was a silent roar in my heart, I don't care what monster you are. Turn them all to ashes. Next second, it exploded like a muffled thunder. The heat gushing out of Kaido's mouth more than doubled in size in an instant. Swallows 6 paths Tom in mere moments. Aokiji's body gradually condenses into countless ice shards. Click, 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 the sound of ice shattering is heard. Immediately afterwards, the ground under Aokiji's feet was quickly covered with a thick layer of frost. And keep spreading around. Soon, the entire Marineford field. All were covered with biting frost, and the frost under Tom's feet in 6 paths seemed to come alive. Only for a moment, climb up 6 paths Tom's legs. And freeze it into a humanoid ice sculpture, seeing a Kainu. No nonsense. A dark hound goes straight to 6 paths and Tom charges away. Kizaru wields the Amakongan sword, appeared quietly behind 6 paths Tom in the form of particles. Almost at the same time, the big powerhouses present seem to have discussed it. Various skills and offensives blast 6 paths Tom like a storm. Boom 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 accompanied by a series of roaring and rapid explosions. The whole Marineford seems to be unable to support. Let out a burst of mourning, just after everyone's skills have been released. Immediately afterwards, suddenly someone yelled. Quick! Look at the sky, what the hell is that? With the voice falling to the ground, everyone raised their heads instantly. Looking at the sky covered with countless thunderbolts. 5 elders' face suddenly changed. This, my lord, why? At this time, 6 paths Tom's lazy voice suddenly sounded. Yo! Finally something interesting came. Chapter 82 I am. Give you 10 planetary devastation? Click, 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 in an instant, the storm surged. The surrounding space is like shattering, make a deafening crack. Everyone present looked at 6 paths Tom, who was hit by several terrifying attacks. I can't help feeling a strange emotion in my heart. There's panic, there's tension, there's anticipation. Mixed emotions, gradually evolved into the final stunned. Why is that guy's breath? Saint Figaland pointed in horror at 6 paths Tom in the depths of the pit. That guy's aura seems to have become stronger, what on earth is it? Could it be that that guy can still absorb our attacks? With the voice falling to the ground, everyone present couldn't help but gasp. My heart is even more turbulent, should, before the words are finished. Deep underground, Six Paths Tom's deep and husky voice sounds. Immortal technique. Lancing Lighttooth, with the sound of the voice. A ray of terror that burns everything, from the ground to the sky. Just for a moment, render the whole sky, the whole world fell into deathly silence. Everyone raised their heads in disbelief, a great sense of fear washed over everyone's tense nerves like a tidal wave. Boom, the dull thunder-like sound of piercing through the air is about to come out. The scorching airwaves swept up like sharp knives into the sky. It seems that the space with a radius of several miles cannot support this terrifying coercion. Serious twists gradually occur, and the crowd around the pit. And by the aftermath of this dreadful ray, get blown all over the place. Is this what you were capable of? Six Paths Tom slowly flew out of the pit. 7:30, looked down on everyone with the appearance of being the most arrogant. Next second, someone pointed at the sky and suddenly shouted. Everyone, quickly, look at the world, what the hell is that? At the same time as the panic sounded, everyone hears it. Looking at the sky covered with countless thunderbolts. Five elders seemed to think of something, immediately his face changed drastically. That is that adult planning to abandon us? If nothing else happens, it should be, I expected it when I came here. If that's what that lord means, even if it's death, it's worth it. See the five elders say something inexplicable, Saint Figaland, commander of the Knights of God. As if I remembered something, pupils can't help constricting. The low tone is mixed with a little unwillingness. Why use such extreme measures? I can definitely take this guy down, give me some more time, please. In the end, Saint Figaland could not help lowering his head. His voice is like an ant's, if you don't listen carefully. Have no idea what Saint Figaland is talking about. After all, he knew in his heart, even if everyone gathers their strength. Can't shake Six Paths Tom either. Seems to be seeing five elders in Saint Figaland so pessimistic and negative. The red-haired man came to the side of the two with a little doubt. At the same time, he asked, what happened? What is that thing in the sky? Facing the question raised by the redhead, five elders did not respond. Because this is a secret of the world government. A secret that cannot be revealed even in death. However, Saint Figaland doesn't care about this. With a sneer, he explained, that's a superweapon developed by the Vegapunk Research Institute. An entire island can be destroyed with one blow. Under this blow, there is no way we will survive. Redhead heard, can't help frowning. Senhan stared fixedly at him. Terrifying energy continuously condensed in the sky. And the other top powerhouses suddenly became angry after hearing this. Pointing at five elders, he said angrily, hello. Stop making such jokes at this time, that's right. Laozi only agreed to cooperate with your world government after humiliation. How? I think I can't beat that guy, so you want to wipe us all out? Aren't you the highest authority of the world government? Why haven't you stopped that thing? Could it be that you guys really planned to cross the river and tear down the bridge? In the face of people's questioning and anger, five elders' temper suddenly came up. Shut up, Laozi. Advertisement, do you think this is something we can manipulate? Once this thing starts, it can't be stopped. Even if it can be stopped, the control is not in our hands. It should be enough, you guys. Is this the time to think about this kind of thing? Let's think about how to overcome this difficulty. Two peacemakers, Redhead and Sengoku, stepped forward. This barely quelled the conflict that was about to break out. But the conflict subsides, but what is constantly condensing in the sky? Damn it. Is there any way to stop that thing? Not yet, and the power of that thing, talking. The icon of Topman Volbali is recalling something bad. With a look of horror on his face, he said in a deep voice. The power of that weapon, it is not an existence that humans can resist at all. Even with the combined strength of all present. It can't compete with it either. In the end, the tone of Topman Wochu Lisheng gradually became serious and serious. It seems to have marked a full stop directly at the end of everyone's life. In contrast to the other 4 or 5 elders, their attitude is also very dignified. Seems to be proving that Topman Wobalison isn't lying. See, the highest authority of the world government said so. Everyone present couldn't help but their hearts sank. The eyes looking at 5 elders are full of anger. But anger is anger, they didn't blame the 5 elders for everything either. After all, they are also victims, even if all the mistakes are pinned on their heads. That weird thing above his head won't stop there either. See, 5 elders can't offer the slightest useful way. The people present, then start looking for ways to save yourself. Here to die? To hell with such nonsense. While everyone was feeling bewildered and panicked. That thunderous ghost thing in the sky, it seems as if the ability has been absorbed. Next moment, don't wait for anyone to make corresponding resistance measures. Just hear the roar of the Daoin lamp resounding through the sky. Immediately afterwards, a pillar of blue light the size of the entire Marineford Island. Pouring down from the sky, the blue beam of light pierces through the clouds and breaks the air. Let out a series of earth-shattering explosions, a piercing sonic boom resounds throughout Marineford. Everyone present couldn't help but feel a burst of tinnitus. And after the tinnitus is over, it is endless horror and panic. Gu la la la. In the devilish laughter, Whitebeard holds Kong Yunki. He glanced coldly at everyone present. The tone has gradually become a lot more serious. Little ones, Cheer up, Laozi. I'll take care of the next thing. Hurry up and return to the sea now. Go back to the place that belongs to you. With Whitebeard's voice falling, everyone in the Whitebeard pirates couldn't help feeling tense. This is the second time they've heard Whitebeard say it. Without waiting for any response from them, Whitebeard leaps. Leave a lonely back for everyone, go straight to the blue beam pouring down from the sky. But the next second, Six Pads Tom's figure disappeared in place like lightning. When it reappeared, it was already on top of Whitebeard. Go away, Laozi, you stinky, before Whitebeard could finish his sentence. Six Pads Tom kicks Whitebeard in the stomach without mercy. The powerful impact knocks Whitebeard straight out of the sky. Looking at Six Pads Tom suspended in midair, the people present can be described as ruthless teeth-itching. If it wasn't for the presence of this guy, this war. The horror was over long after the five elders arrived. They wouldn't have ended up like this, hateful to hateful. They're no match for Six Pads Tom, after all, no matter how angry you are. I can only curse in my heart, finally something interesting has come. After kicking Whitebeard away, Six Pads Tom looked at the blue beam of light falling rapidly above his head. There was a strong look of excitement in his eyes. A laser beam as powerful as this, he was also only seen on Tonks' space station. Except Tonks never let him touch these things, it's hard to meet now. Of course, Six Pads Tom will not let it go easily. To know, in Six Pads form, all forces of nature. Neither can do any harm to Six Pads Tom, instead, it will be a Six Pads Tom's supply. Just like the beam of laser light in front of you. For others, this is a deadly attack, for Six Pads Tom in Six Pads form. This is a great gift, a big gift package that can enhance your strength. And the reason why he kicked Whitebeard away, also because he doesn't want anyone to bother him. Advertisement to this end, Six Pads Tom has something to do just for them. Open black lens bracket wheel tomb border prison, close black lens bracket while the voice sounded. Golden Lion suddenly seemed to be punched by someone. Fly backward into the crowd, what's the situation? Golden Lion, what are you doing, for a while? People who are already in a bad mood, tossed by the Golden Lion. Immediately, I couldn't suppress the anger in my heart. However, before everyone can vent their anger, bang, bang, bang. A series of explosive sounds sounded, waves of turbulent air were rolled up and everyone was blown away. The red-haired, who sensed something was wrong, just wanted to make a move. Just got punched hard in the back, even for a guy as big as Kaido. It also flew upside down tens of meters with one punch. What the hell happened? As soon as the voice of Topman Wochu Lisheng fell, the surrounding air sliced through his arms like substance. Next second, out of bodily instinct, Topman Wochu Lisheng made a defensive action subconsciously. Can face invisible enemies, still unstoppable, didn't hold on a few times. He was blown away by punches and kicks from all around. For a while, originally it was because of the terrifying blue beam of light in the sky. And those who feel helpless, in an instant, he fell into endless panic. Looking at the gradually chaotic battlefield below. Six Pads Tom's mouth draws a curve, next, just let me enjoy it. At the same time as the words fell, Six Pads Tom would open arms. With bursts of electricity passing through the skin. Six Pads Tom can't help showing a look of enjoyment. And the people standing below it, but with a look of surprise. Then, that guy, is that guy really human? For a while, everyone didn't care about being bombarded. All stop what you are doing, stare at Six Pads Tom who absorbs that beam of blue light. At the same time, on the void throne, looking at the blue beam of light gradually absorbed by Six Pads Tom in the picture. The fear in Im's eyes became more and more intense. At this time, in dark corners, suddenly there was a low and hoarse voice. My lord, I made a mistake, there are still top powerhouses hidden in Bikini Castle. All the guys sent out died in Beechburg, words fall. I am sitting on the void throne couldn't help but frowned. The frosty tone is full of strong fear, these guys have already affected the order of the world. If not eliminated soon, the world will be changed because of their presence. And trigger a series of disasters, falling with a cold voice. I am in the shadows hiding in dark corners, at the same time fell into a brief silence. Until a long time has passed, Shadow in the dark corner 2.9. Then he spoke again, my lord, you can learn from the battle in the Valley of the Gods. Only need to give a little favor, it will make those dirty pirates work hard for it. Regarding the comments made by Sombra, IM did not respond immediately. After all, in her eyes, those pirates, they are all guys who can't get on the board. This is the disgust engraved in the bone, however. IM couldn't help meowing out of the corner of his eye. The blue beam of light that is gradually shrinking. The answer will come soon, notify the five elders. Leave this matter to them, I don't care what it costs them. 3 months later, I don't want to see any disruptors appear again. When the voice landed, after the figure hidden in the darkness responded respectfully. Disappeared in the darkness like a tide, when it reappears. It is already in the Hall of Power in Pangu City. At the same time, on the battlefield of Marineford, Dark Six Paths absorbs everything. A smile can't help but appear on the corner of the mouth. That guy Tonks always said to have a grateful heart. In that case, then I'll give you some planetary devastation. While the voice sounded, Six Paths Tom slowly raised his arms. Next second, thousands of nautical miles away on the red line, Dozens far surpass the giant stone ball in Marineford, looming above Marijoy.